Yeah, for affiliates, that's the way it is. No. Oh, it is. Oh, because it's a different. It's a. Did I follow that account? I did, right? Oh, that's what it is. Because you had to switch accounts. I've been seeing your stuff. Where? Okay, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and all the dear sweet people in between, I am gonna rock a 3-minute block of ads here to get rid of any pre-roll ads for incoming viewers. As always, your patience is appreciated, and we will get started with Neenali in tow right after these messages. Happy Saturday, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you might be. Alright, I know it works. I tested it, and it works. It technically works right now. I just worry that it's gonna break and it's all gonna fall apart as soon as I press this button. Hello everyone, happy Saturday, and looky here, we've got a special guest right down there, Neenali, hanging out with us today, and this is her Gamecube that she sent to me, and she's entrusting me to bring it back to life. What's going on, Neens? And our audio is already in a weird place.
No, it's me. No,
okay.
I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Okay, the magic button.
Magic button. Magic button. I had to mute myself because I actually had a hot mic during your intro, so I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh, well, you did very well during the intro. I didn't hear anything. I had headphones on.
Well, I heard myself in the playback. So.
Oh. Totally fair.
How's it going? It's good to see you all. Happy Saturday.
Yes, through the miracles of technology, we've got Neenali in the house sharing the screen. I'm so freaking grateful for you, Neens, for being willing to do this. I know Saturdays are your streaming off days, but there you are, fresh-faced as can be, and being here for us. It's so awesome to have all you super cool people here today. Gosh, chat is already way too busy. I don't even know how to deal right now. Dr. Chorus stole first, away from Girl Tricks. Crimson Blades nipping at their heels. Kilgore Bergeron, hello. Contrix, hello. Itty Bitty Ruby, I love you. Oh man, Izzy Leo Hill keeping the subscription going. Always good to see you, Iz. Definitely got to give the shout out to Izzy.
Way cool.
It's the right thing to do. Oh my goodness! Imagine that. Bad rap sample. What is happening, Raiders? Welcome to the party. The door has been kicked in. Shocker.
Cool.
Shocker. I know. Zeke, my goodness, Gravy. QT, Jackie, Mr. Jab, Yuri, Mandel. Oh my goodness, the whole party is here. Yeah, Bad Rap, you need to fix that door. I know there are two functioning doors right behind me, so I don't know exactly which door you kicked, but I know that he's a responsible fellow and will take care of what he broke.
Very responsible. Very responsible. His mods hold him to high standards.
Yes, his very diligent, wonderful, tight-fisted mods keep him in check because Bad Rap is prone to going out of control, as we know. He's a loose cannon. Oh, thank you all very much for coming in here so that we can watch and try to enjoy the resurrection of Neenali's GameCube, because it doesn't read discs anymore, and I've got various things available to try to get it back into a good place. I have a donor disk drive, believe it or not, because of a Super GameCube that I built up for Itty Bitty Ruby, that she is currently enjoying playing Twilight Princess and dying a lot.
Sounds about right.
What were you? Are you still playing Metal Gear today, Bad Rap? Pretty. GG Rip. Good to see you, GG. All the sexy people in here today love it, absolutely love it. Oh man, so Neen's getting lit. Yes, a little bit of a Neen sip. Still playing Metal Gear 2. Ooh, yeah, those NES Metal Gears are not forgiving at all. Mandel uploading a secret video. All forgiveness, no need to apologize. Be here as much as you want, as little as you want. It's awesome. I'm okay at fixing consoles. I mean, I have this soldering gun for, reasons. Soldering iron, rather. But I should probably flip the switch to warm it up, because a battery replacement on the GameCube will be the first order of business on the way to working with that. Oh my goodness, Dwarven Dynamite, look at you coming in hot with the 5-pack party platter of gift subs. Dude, you did not have to. Mr. Jab Neens in Night City. Yes. Wow, look at that. Crimson Blades. Oh my goodness. Oh, and one more. You made it on time. Yeah, Dwarven. Grateful for that. So, Crimson Blades, Android 1701, Happy Chino, The Trail, and Dark Tanka get to be in on the 5-pack party platter, and that is awesome of you, Dwarven Dynamite. Pretty please gotta give a shout out to a fellow brother in retro, Dwarven Dynamite, a fantastic Lion King speedrunner.
Way cool.
Yeah, you heard me right, Lion King, as in Sega Genesis Lion King, one of the hardest games ever made. So, as is tradition here on the channel, and means you kind of get to have a front row seat to this, and when you drop that many gift subs, you become a legend, and thus the most heroic, legendary hero of them all gets to play you the song of his people. So this is for you, Dwarven Dynamite.
Nice. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
moshing to it. Thank you, Dwarven Dynamite, for the huge gift sub drop there. And oh hey, we've got some Chocobo music going on, which I know it's always worth going for. Will, thank you for the follow. Oh my goodness, so much going on, I can't even deal with it. Mandel, thank you for the follow. Kilgore, thank you for the biddies. Cutie Jackie, thank you again for the follow. A lot going on here, so by all means, I know that there might be a few people in my community who don't know about you, Neenali, so feel free to gush about yourself, what you do, what you stream, why you got into streaming. It's an Ask Neens Almost Anything stream. If she doesn't like your question, she will let you know, but I will shut up for a moment.
No. Hi everybody. I'm Neenali. You can call me Neens. Everybody calls me Neens for the most part. Yeah, I've been streaming for 5.5 years. I started with a PS4 and a headset on a living room floor, and I fell in love right away. I didn't have a cam or a mic for a long time. I think the first thing I got was a mic, and then I slowly saved up and worked my way to getting a PC, and I got off the floor and got myself a streaming PC, and I got all the stuffs, and I've been doing this stuff for a while now, and I really enjoy it. I play all sorts of stuff. I love action adventure games, puzzle platformers, super into puzzle platformers and story games. And I just really get into my games. I play a lot of series runs and first time games I've not ever had a chance to play, and it's been quite a ride. I've really I've been introduced to games I never thought I would like, and I've really enjoyed them, so that's been really fun. And but yeah, I'm just kind of I get immersed in my games and I'm into the characters, and I can feel a little emotional. but that's just me. So,
just
yeah.
a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Funny.
That's awesome. Thank you for telling your story there, Neens. I appreciate that very much. And yeah, recently Neenali has been playing Silent Hill. I believe you finished Silent Hill 2 last night, and you were playing a lot of Resident Evil before that.
I did. I had never ever played Resident Evil games. I'd only seen what I now know was 2. My cousin, when I lived with her, she showed me this game that she just loved, and it was, now that I've seen it, I know and I recognize it as it was 2, but I never played it, and I just watched her play a little bit, but I had never played any of the old Resident Evil games or anything, so my first experience kind of was I think I played Resident Evil Revelations 2 for a little bit, never finished it, but then I played Resident Evil 7 first, and then the remakes. So I never played and experienced the old ones, and man, I had such a good time. I loved it so much, and I've been having a good time with those, and also wanted to continue with Silent Hill because I tried the old one, or the first one, a while back, and I hadn't done the second one, and I liked it. It was really good. It was really good.
That is wonderful to hear. Yeah, it's I'm always just impressed with your game selection because it exposes me to a lot of new games that I otherwise wouldn't be paying attention to. I'm always mining the past. That's where all my energy goes. So you give a healthy look into what's current, and I'm grateful to have you for that.
Thanks.
Oh, we have to keep the interview going for Mandel. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, what was the game you played after Silent Hill last night, Neens? I was doing some other stuff last night, namely watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. But you played something else after that because Silent Hill 2 ended early.
I did, and it was called. Oh, you know what? My chat convinced me to play it, and
Yeah, I think I saw you like install that game right on the fly, right there on stream.
Pretty much. I don't know what it was. Can someone tell me what I played last night? It was it's kind of a click and point and click, and then like you find things, and it's telling a story, and apparently it's a really to the moon. Thank you, goodness gracious.
To the moon.
And it's apparently it's like a really like sentimental story, and I could already see how it was gonna be something like that. Getting into the I could already tell how I was getting into the feels. But I had fun because I was voicing it and stuff like that, and I really enjoy. I'm not a voice actress or anything, but I just have fun voicing the games.
You do great voices, Neens. I saw you play Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about great, but I have fun, and that's what matters. So.
Yeah, the fun. I think the fun shines through in the voices that you do. You find ways to throw your personality into all those games. Don't sell yourself short. Just like Izzy's saying, Neens is great at voice acting.
Izzy's my cheerleader. She's my big fan.
Izzy is the best cheerleader, and make sure that you also check out Izzy on stream playing Apex and a whole lot of other stuff too. Izzy always loves the Neens.
Game. Oh man, that's a tough one. Wow, I've played so many good games. I mean, I don't really know if I can really answer that.
I mean, Metal Gear has influenced your game taste a lot, it seems.
I mean, sure. I mean, it's one of my favorite series, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't deny that.
I mean, I associate with it very deeply, which is why I went with that for the sound effect when you type !Neens in chat.
I have the chat muted. I can't listen to both the things because I can't listen to both of them because it will be double hearing.
Oh, got it.
You did get me in touch with the memes, bad rap for sure. I do really enjoy. It's really hard to answer that question, Irish. And I know Manic, as a streamer, you've played hundreds of games, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know how hard that question is to answer because you've got different genres and you've got different things that you enjoy. Like I really love platformer games, and Hollow Knight is really hard to beat for me. But then I played Metroid. Then I played Super Metroid. Oh my gosh, I never ever thought I would love anything more than Hollow Knight and Super Metroid. It's amazing.
I think
I had so much fun.
Yeah, big hype, big love for Hollow Knight. There's many players of Hollow Knight in here. And I had some distaste for Hollow Knight as well back in the day, but I eventually grew to love it. I wasn't well versed in Metroidvanias before I ever played Hollow Knight, but then I started playing more of them after Hollow Knight. Like I didn't even play Symphony of the Night until after I played Hollow Knight, believe it or not. So.
Exactly, and that was kind of my thing. Like I'd never played the Castlevania, I'd never played the Castlevania games, and I played that, and I had so much fun with it too. Now, would it be my favorite? Probably not, but I really love some things in it. So it's hard for me to say. And then I dipped my toes last year into a series that I never in a million years would ever say that I would ever have thought I would play, because I just did not think the Final Fantasy series was something I would ever play. And I played Final Fantasy VII, and my world was rocked.
You had an emotional experience with Final Fantasy VII.
It really was. It really was. I'm probably one of the few on the planet that had no idea about that game, because apparently everyone and their mother knew, but I didn't. And I experienced that game completely blind. And loved pretty much every single moment of it.
Doing the Seven Dwarfs thing in your Final Fantasy VII was genius, by the way.
I don't even know how that worked, how it happened. Like, talk about like weird, like what's that called? Like kismet? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was so weird, but I loved that game, and I ended up playing it and loving it, and I've fallen in love with those characters. And then I played Final Fantasy IX, and kind of same deal. Now it's really hard for me to like kind of choose between the two. So like I never, like, another type of thing that I never thought I would like or play, and you know, Final Fantasy VII /9 has kind of risen to the top of my games that I love. So
Yeah, they are absolute classics for sure. Oh my goodness. I mean, there may have been some questions that I think were missed. Irish Banshee asked, do you remember the first game that you ever streamed on your PS4?
The first game I ever streamed was The Last of Us.
Oh.
It was my first game. I may have did a test run just to see if I could do it with Limbo. But I think I officially like started streaming. Like, I officially was like, okay, I'll stream.
Oh,
The Last of
gotcha.
Us.
Okay, I think that maybe further explains why when I watched you stream The Last of Us 2, I don't think I've ever seen a game hit you in the emotions as hard as that one.
That one rocked me to my core.
Yeah.
Yes. So I really loved. I'd never experienced a game like The Last of Us in the first place. Kind of one of the first zombie, like, apocalyptic type games that I'd really ever sunk my teeth into. I really attached myself to Joel for probably certain reasons. And really loved the character. Of course, if you all know The Last of Us, there's a very emotional scene at the very beginning of the first The Last of Us. Hit me really hard. And then in the second game, in that playthrough, something you've been waiting for a long time, and things happen, and I'm not going to really go into a lot, but it was a really emotional game for me.
Yeah,
So,
we're not going to spoil that.
Really, yeah, I really loved it, and it was I grew in that game in a way of from very deep-seated emotions. Not emotions that I was really happy having, to be honest with you.
Yeah, upset was the tip of the iceberg, to say the least.
Yeah. I didn't like those emotions. I didn't like feeling them. I'm typically a pretty positive, happy. I give the benefit of doubt to a lot of people. So I had a lot of anger in my feeling towards the characters, and I know that sounds silly because it's a video game.
There are some deep betrayals in that game. Just, I mean, same as like a lot of movies and TV shows.
Yeah, but yeah. So I you know, and then by the end of the game, I had learned to understand a little bit more and figure out some of those emotions and just see how it changed and things like that, and how there's always two sides to a coin and all that good stuff. But still, it was a really good game. I think a lot of people let certain things in that game influence their immediate hatred for the game. So unfortunately, they didn't really see the beauty of it. So
that makes a lot of sense. So all right, I think we can get onto the GameCube part. It was awesome knowing all that much more about you, Neens. What are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking some Tennessee honey. It's Jack
Oh,
Daniel's.
I've had that before. It is smooth. It is dangerously smooth.
It's dangerously smooth for sure. Yeah, it's good. I think I like the Tennessee Fire a little bit more. This is a little bit more on the sweet side, but it's definitely good. I like it a lot. It's easy.
Yeah, that sweetness just makes it easy. Don't have to think about it. Don't have to try to reach for it or anything. It's just some quality sipping. And Izzy wants a sip. Can we give Izzy a little bit of liquor here? I know she's already drunk on Neens, but so let's make the transition down here so that the work area can be seen, and a lot of the things that I'm going to use are already here. I've been setting this up for like the past 3 hours. I kid you not. So yeah, we can just keep it going. Dr. Pepper is always welcomed in this channel. Dr. Pepper is what I was raised on, to say the least. So I highly endorse it. All right, so this is my GameCube, or at least one of my GameCubes. This is going to be kind of the test GameCube, so we can see what a functional GameCube is going to behave like. So what's going to be plugged in here is, of course, power. And there are a multitude of ways to deal with video output on a GameCube. Earlier model GameCubes have these two ports here. The old familiar Nintendo analog port, also seen on the Super Nintendo and N64. But then early model GameCubes had this special digital port. Now, Nintendo had some grand aspirations for the GameCube that never fully came to fruition, so this digital port, unfortunately, was retired for a hardware revision later on in the GameCube. But thankfully, there are still a lot of this version of the GameCube that were released. And nowadays, we have nice handy adapters like this. The Insurrection Industries Carby fits into the digital port and then has handy-dandy HDMI on the other side. So that's how we are going to be viewing all GameCube output here today. It's thanks to the Insurrection Industries Carby, which also, I think I may have hinted at it previously, Neens, but that's going in the box when I send this GameCube back to you. And you will be...
I'm so excited! Oh my gosh.
Yes, you will be, you will be getting some extra juice out of your GameCube. You're gonna get a super cube, to say the least.
I'm super excited. I remember one of the first questions Manic asked me, well, do you have the good GameCube or do you have the bad GameCube? And I remember hoping, I'm like, all I know is I got a GameCube super early. I really hope I have the right one. And I guess I did.
Yep, indeed, if you were an early adopter. So the blood type of this GameCube, Mr. Jap, I would say that this is probably an O or an O+, whichever one is the universal donor. As time has gone by, if I had to make a parallel of a blood type, yeah, that's what we're going for.
Ziggy says she always wanted a GameCube and never had one. And I can totally, like, the GameCube is one of my favorite consoles. Like, it even, I mean, I like it more than, I mean, I know nobody has love for the Wii and the Wii U. I do, but not as much as I loved my GameCube. I loved how, like, small it was and all that good stuff. So
it's wonderful.
It was definitely a console that I really enjoyed. Yeah,
the GameCube had so many freaking bangers, and I feel like it got a little bit ignored between the PS2 and Xbox duking it out. Yeah.
Bad Rep says to fix it and then send it to Ziki.
Ooh. I'll have to fix the GameCube, send it to Ziki. I mean, if Neens is okay with it.
No, I'm sorry, Ziki, I love you, but I need my Pikmin.
Yeah, this is Neens' childhood GameCube for, you know, whatever, however old you actually were in 2000 or 2001 when the GameCube came out. And yeah, Will, I've got this complementing my GameCube. I've also got a matching black Game Boy player and black GameCube that I have hooked up for streaming. Oh my goodness! Escape! Thank you very much for that raid, dude. I appreciate that. What's going on today? The Super Smash Brothers King of the Southwest. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, y'all. Long time no see. XC8PE. There we go.
Cool.
And yeah, Izzy, Pikmin started on the GameCube. Pikmin 1 and 2. Blade 22103 in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Neens gifting the sub to Bad Rap Sample. You are so sweet. Thank you, Raiders. Okay, so I'm gonna set my Game Boy player aside as a showing off thing, and let me shrink the work area here a little bit. And what I should be able to do is just power this on. Oh, Neens sending out more love. Thank you so much. So let's fire this guy up. And there we have a GameCube coming into SSM the man. Alright, so here with a standard GameCube, pop this open, and I will choose a game at random from my collection. And I think this will do. I think this will do nicely. Little F-Zero, screaming soundtrack and whatnot. So and I plug this in. We're watching a GameCube react in real time here. You come up to gameplay. If this dang Wavebird doesn't mind, there we go.
This is the silver GameCube, right?
Yep. Nintendo called it platinum, but silver probably works all the same. So.
Oh, platinum. Okay.
Yep. So this is the good GameCube, just so we all have a frame of reference. And I'm holding.
No Irish. This is not my GameCube that's fixed yet.
All right, and this is one of the cool things. When you have something hooked into the digital port, you hold B while starting up the game, and that's where you get to start it up in progressive scan mode. And that little indicator at the top right is confirming to you that you're getting it as 60 FPS and all that. No memory card yet. Not going to deal with that. Game data cannot be saved. That's okay. But yeah, Sega developed F-Zero. Totally wonderful game. So that's that. So let's switch things out. Off with that GameCube. Unplug the goodies. Yeah, and I had to practice some extreme restraint in not tearing open your GameCube means because I wanted to fix it before I fix it, but I also feel like the discovery process is important during streams. So
yeah, no, I'm excited.
Yep. So I'm gonna set this aside. And now, before it gets finally cracked open for the first time in its entire life, needs his GameCube. Let's get the cables back in.
The image went small.
Your precious baby. And now to power it up.
Nanak, I think the image went small. Oh no, I see what's going on. Never mind.
Yep.
I'm a nerd.
That was intentional. And as GameCubes tend to do when they're having some stressful times, well, there's no disc in there, which is to be expected. And I swear, sometimes when starting up GameCubes, they just don't detect the controller correctly. So, that clock is not right, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment.
Today, I learned that a battery is in the GameCube. I had no idea.
Yes, I will show you that. A little bit later. So. Alright, so it's already gameplay question mark, as if there's something in there and it doesn't know. So in goes F-Zero again, and then comes the closing, and we still have a whole lot of nothing. Mandel, just noticed your beer is in the way of seeing what beer are you drinking tonight? Because I'm a little bit of a beer connoisseur as well. SSM the man, yep, we are going through all the notions. And yet, here we go, no disc. So, to me, this says, hey, the disk drive is present and theoretically, available, but just doesn't know what's going on there. And the question mark there is also rather sus. Especially, well, something I forgot to do now. Power down, disconnect. And I'll get the good cube in. And start it up without a disc, and it should accurately report no disc. I'll even keep it open just to further prove the point. So good cube back up on screen, and okay, so that's the no disc thing. But as we saw, so that's the difference. So we need to start digging in here. This could be a lot of different things. Big suspect is the optical drive on Neens' GameCube has finally given up the ghost. So we need to deal with that.
And I just want to tell you guys that I was playing Pikmin. And one night, I was playing Pikmin just on my own time. Surprise, surprise, I do have time to play on my own sometimes. And then the next time I tried to boot it up, nada.
Oh wow! So it was.
What the heck's going on? And I didn't understand. And all of a sudden, I started hearing this clicking sound. And I messaged Manic, what's happening?
I might know a thing or two. So thanks for coming to me on that. Mandel, Sierra Nevada Porter. Yes, I highly approve of everything Sierra Nevada. What will be used here, I wonder if I can influence the zoom a bit, maybe. Yes, there we go. The game bit, the infamous proprietary Nintendo screw, is securing the GameCube closed, so I'm popping that into my iFixit kit, my 64-bit kit right here that lets me work on anything small, be it laptops or GameCubes or anything else. I guess also before I pop this open, let's take a look into the underbelly of the GameCube, because there's actually some fascinating shit down here. When we pop this open, that's the high-speed port. This is what the Game Boy player slots into. And this right here, serial port 1, if you ever picked yourself up a broadband adapter, yeah, then the GameCube can go on the internet with certain games, and it slots right into this valley here. And also, this only a subset of early model GameCubes have this. This is serial port 2, and I have a device that's intended for that, but we'll deal with that later once we can get this GameCube reading discs again. The GameCube can be taken apart with all of these pieces in place. Will, drinking a can of North High Filthy McNasty Russian Imperial Stout. Ooh, I feel like all Imperial Stouts are a little bit Filthy McNasty in some way. The Russians, I have to be in a mood to drink some of those. And yes, Irish Banshee, Neenali is on Twitter. I tagged her in my Go Live tweet, but you are free to link yourself, Neens. Yep, _Neenali. All right, so GameCube getting cracked open here for the first time. I can hear the I can hear the screws doing that click as they finally break loose.
Serial port 2, right, Bad Rap? I know. It's like, it's kind of crazy to think like how much the GameCube actually had on it at that time. It really is kind of insane. It is.
Yeah, Nintendo definitely had some aspirations for expandability of the GameCube that never actually went to fruition, and Nintendo has had a long-standing habit of including ports on their consoles that never end up getting used. It's just kind of funny. If you break open the US version of the Famicom, the Nintendo Entertainment System, of course, you can actually find the expansion port still hiding in there, hidden by the case, the expansion port that would have worked for what's known as the Famicom Disk System in Japan. But we never got to use it or anything over here in the US. So it's just one of those, like, I think in biology it's something like a vestigial organ is the word they like to use. So yeah, and then Nintendo strips those things out to make the console cheaper to manufacture as time goes on.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Nintendo didn't release 1,000 peripherals for a console. Actually, shocking. Well, that's the thing, is Nintendo does release 1,000 peripherals. It's just then nobody buys them, and then they stop, and then you end up paying $150 for a broadband adapter on a GameCube. And thank you, Zeke. I try to know things. I think one of the most famous, at least to me, one of the famous, most weirdest little things that came up as a result of Nintendo's fetish for weird accessories was the e-reader for the Game Boy Advance. It was basically a primitive way of giving DLC to games back in the day. You swiped a barcode on collectible cards, and that added content to games. The Super Mario Advance series was big for that.
There she is. She's naked. She's naked on the counter.
The F and E reader. Yep. And actually, one of the games, if you have a Wii U and you jump on Virtual Console, the Super Mario Advance version of Super Mario Bros. 3 has all the e-reader levels in them, and they are hard. But a lot of fun to play.
How about the Nintendo 64? Because I look at my Nintendo 64 that I have, and I don't see a ton of things on it. So is that one not as advanced as the GameCube was?
The Nintendo 64 has one thing on it. And if you flip your Nintendo 64 upside down, you will see an expansion port at the bottom middle. Just directly under the cartridge port, and that is to hook up the Japanese exclusive 64DD. Because for a while Nintendo was just obsessed with extra disk drive add-ons, And just like Nintendo and their Famicom disk system, the Super Nintendo almost had a CD-ROM add-on with Sony, and the Nintendo 64 in the US almost had our own version of a magnetic disc thing for games.
That's so crazy. That's insanely crazy to me. That's crazy
Yep.
that you know that, and B, that's holy crap, right?
Yeah, it was a huge flop even in Japan. So here we finally see a naked GameCube cooling fan over there, the naked power button with a robust spring right there, my word. And then right over here between controller ports 3 and 4 is the battery. Every GameCube has that little ticking time bomb in them. It's really the only liability of a device in there. Otherwise, the rest of the hardware is pretty dang robust. So it's time to do a little bit of soldering, y'all. We're gonna turn up the heat here. My iron is warm and ready. Yeah, Will, the Famicom disk system, and just for you, Will, because I know you like the deep and nerdy and the obscurities as well. Coming soon to my channel, I am swinging around a Sharp Twin Famicom, which houses a Nintendo Famicom on this side and the Famicom disk system stuff on this side.
Wow.
Yep, that is a Japanese exclusive console made by Sharp, not by Nintendo. As for my solder, Mr. Jab, this is some Alpha Fry, just some rosin core, some 6040, really thin stuff, because all I'm doing is just swapping out a battery and adding in a battery holder. But it is time to get hot and not so heavy, because soldering stuff is not heavy. I should actually bring out the holder, because I have, let's see, atop my desk of wonders. Yeah. Put your goggles on and turn on a fan, because the toxic fumes are about to take place. So, as you can see, I may have been a little bit busy with doing some battery replacements. So, this will actually be my third one. Mr. Jab, living dangerously. Oh man, doing actual welding, like, if I think Neens would have a heart attack if sparks were flying from her GameCube.
Oh, I trust you, man. I trust you, man. I trust you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm treating your console maybe even, just as well, if not better, than I would treat my own. And these freaking batteries here are locked up freaking tight, so just cutting them out carefully, and then I've got to like cut even deeper to get them out. Use the good lead stuff. From what I can tell on the packaging, Mandel, I think it might be partially leaded. So just here's what I picked up. So hopefully that's enough information to let you know there's some lead in there. Not sure. I know the leaded version is known to be better, but anyway, let me liberate this battery, because even after I crank it open like that, there's still it's still sealed in another tomb of plastic. It's like they're really going for the safety angle on these things. No telling how many kids freaking swallowed these before they finally said, you know what, we're gonna make this packaging extra child-proof. Alright, carrying on, Mr. Jev. Yeah, so the battery's gonna sit there. Okay. Mainly tin, that's to be expected. And I need to bring a battery holder up. Yeah, this box of battery holders was only like $8 on Amazon, so I'm like, why not? Yeah, we're doing this live, we're doing this raw here, so what I think I may do first and foremost, just to get things right, let me get my Flex out. Izzy, you ate a battery as a kid, that's why you're so charged now. You are wired all day. Yeah, that is correct, Will Kale. The IQ China exclusive N64 system, it had a really crazy controller. Also, because of how Panasonic helped to produce GameCubes, a really, really neat system, a variant of the GameCube, was Japan only. This super shiny, chromed out monstrosity of a device called the Panasonic Q, just letter Q, could play full-size DVDs in addition to GameCube games. Mandel, someday you want to have Izzy and Neens around when you stick weld freak out for the sparks. All right, so with that little bit of flux on the tips of this, I'm going to quickly pre-tin the positive and negative points there on the battery holder. Just might as well get this easy part out of the way. I don't believe the Panasonic Q had a Game Boy player, and given its design, I'm not even sure that a Game Boy player could technically even fit under it. It was a very, very strangely made device. Alright, so here comes some of the magic smoke. And mind you, I am no soldering pro. This is like the extent of all my soldering skills, so I'm just getting the tiniest bit. Oh my goodness! Neens given the sub to Mr. Jab. Thank you, Neens. You are so freaking generous. Okay, that should be enough right there. Just enough. And I should probably like turn on my ceiling fan in here or something, because this is going right into... almost going right into my face. There we go. That's a little bit of pre-tinning right there. So I'll just set that aside for the moment. Whoa! Anon! Anon dropping 5 fat subs! My goodness! You are wonderful, Anon. Thank you so much. Holy crap! Someone... I don't think I ever really get anonymous subs. That is so cool. Thank you. Yeah, Mandelbrot, the next step here is dealing with the existing battery, and I'm going to let these go through. SSM, The Man, Some Donkus, Red 13, Mushi 75, and Muckworm. Enjoy all my emotes. Enjoy the ad-free viewing. I appreciate that very, very much, whoever you are who gifted. I cannot directly play the Song of Legends for you. But I have no problem if it is requested. So, all right, there is one screw, or 2 screws rather. So I need to be able to separate the front fascia from the daughter board here that contains all the controller ports. So I think I will go back to... I'm already losing tools. Oh my God, Neens, you're just handing all the subs out to your community here. That is so nice of you. I can't thank you enough. You were good, so like you're doing the absolute most, Neens. Okay, so need it.
You're doing all the work. You're doing all the work. I'm so grateful.
And
I just want to play Pikmin again.
You will absolutely be able to play Pikmin and play it off of an SD card at that. And Will, enjoy that subscription too. I hope my emotes treat you well for as long as you have them. Let me get a chunky boy Phillips tip here, and let's do some separation here. These 2 screws right here, holding the controller ports to the front fascia here. So out with you and you. Viscia, not fascia.
Wow, Mr. Jab, why you wanted him to mash it in? No.
Yeah, we can't exactly mash with electronics here. Okay, so with those screws having been removed, then with a gentle wiggle here, out comes the front fascia. And look, it's two happy little faces. It's putting the face in fascia.
Oh yeah, it is little faces.
Yeah, never really thought of that. So, all right, now here comes more of the magic smoke, because these 2 solder points right here are where the battery lies. So gravity should take care of a lot of this, but I'm just going to Well, you know, a little bit of fresh solder couldn't hurt. But a little bit of heat and a little bit of wiggling, and this stuff should slide right out. Wow, they use like the bare minimum of solder on this. Holy crap. Like I can see the blades on the battery there. Okay, little fresh solder there. That's good. And yeah, I know this looks scary with...
Smoking. No, I'm not scared. I know you know what you're doing. I'm not scared at all. I trust you.
Well, that's the fun part about working with a soldering iron is no matter how well seasoned you are, no matter how careful you are, sometimes it finds a way to bite you. Maybe my better play here is to pull out my magic tweezers that have been sitting here, and then I can exert a little bit of control on the battery as I am heating up the points. Just a little bit of sliding right there. That should do. Oh wow, Will, the Panasonic Q, it integrated a Game Boy player right off the bat? I did not know that. I thought the Q was just the Q. Like it's crazy that it, or they made a specific Game Boy player that fit the Q. Is that what it went? Is that how it goes? You get to ask nerd questions about retro hardware. Well, this is exactly the place to do it, Mandel. So feel free to, as I've been dropping little knowledge nuggets, feel free to ask whatever else. I've wrenched Nintendo 64s. I know a little bit about the Super Nintendo. I know a little bit about the Sega Genesis. I have a Model 1. Which, by the way, if you're shopping for a Sega Genesis and you wonder why certain ones are so much more expensive than the others, it's because you may have found the Model 1 that says high definition graphics on it and has an EXT port on the back. That one is considered the more highly desirable of the Genesis units, to make a long story short. Okay, so the old battery is free, and now the real fun part here is dealing with the battery holder. Now, as is standard in all electronics, there is, and I know using this as a gesturing device is not optimal. Positive up here leads to this side of the holder. Negative is down below, leads to this side of this. So I need to make sure that I match things up there on the daughter board. Squish squid with the subscription. Thank you very much for that subscription. I appreciate you very much. So a bit hard to see here, but when I flip this up, there's a little indicator, minus for negative over here, positive over here. So that means, as kind of a test fit, the battery holder gets to fit in just a little bit like that. And the fun part is the points on the battery holder are a little bit wider than that, so I gotta do just a little bit of bending, and it's lame because it's like just mere millimeters difference that separates this. So there's a little bending, but in the end, it still makes contact and goes through the holes. So Pikmin, what is it about Pikmin that gets you so excited, Neens?
Well, that's good. That's a good question, because Pikmin type games usually aren't my jam.
Yeah, there's not a lot of games like Pikmin either. It's such a weird puzzle experience.
It is. Pikmin was really kind of like this new kind of game that kind of came onto the scene, and when I picked it up, everyone was just like, "Oh, you gotta try this game. It's so cool and it's so great and it's so different." And I loved that, and I thought, okay, let's check it out. And I just immediately fell in love with the whole idea of Pikmin in general. Just like all the little Pikmin have different roles and different jobs, and they're adorable, and they make the cutest sounds, and they're these little tiny things, and they beat up mean old bugs, and they find things all over this world, and they have a job, and they work during the day, and they gotta be in their little ships at night, otherwise they die, because it's so it's so terrible outside at night. And I don't know, it wasn't even the story, it was just like the way you played the game, and the way, and then co-ops were so fun to play, because I don't know, there's just something about it. And then the next one had new Pikmin, and they had new things, and I I just loved it. It's just so good. And then the next one had even more. And
yeah, those cute little guys really got under your skin.
They did, and I just loved how they implemented each, like, the way they looked, the way they, like, they all, like, fit the way they looked and the way they were. They were each, every color Pikmin was different in their own way, and it personified what their abilities were, because all the Pikmin had different abilities. And yeah, I just thought it was so much fun, and I enjoyed playing it, and I've played them several times. So very upset when you know, Switch had said that there would be a 4 on the Switch, and we are still waiting. So yeah, all those
Pikmin fans getting robbed and getting ignored. Like, so many, it's just weird how Nintendo is treating some of their franchises. Like, Donkey Kong didn't even get a 40th anniversary. Like,
yeah, I think that's crazy, considering how popular Donkey Kong actually really was.
Donkey Kong started the Nintendo party. Like, he was the alpha, you know. Before Mario, there was Jumpman who was fighting against Donkey Kong. Like, let's give Donkey his due. All right.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, like, I feel like, you know, and then when they came out with the Pikmin Deluxe, the 3, and I just, you know, and I was like, well, you know, if they, you know, that's fine, but they had it like full price, and that just kind of irked me, because, you know, I've already paid for the game. And so I, you know, and not that I don't want to buy it again, you know, it's not even that. I guess it's just the fact that there's documented stuff that he said that Pikmin 4 was undergoing stuff, and it was almost complete, and that was before the Switch was released. And that's, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, that's why I bought a Switch.
In hopes of the future of Pikmin.
Well, because of that one sentence, because he said that Pikmin 4 was under development and nearly done.
Wow.
That, for me, that was what sold the ticket for me on getting a Switch. And I said, it's mine, I'm gonna get it, because I'm playing Pikmin 4. So yeah, so here I am still waiting. Now, I've had
that's a lot of waiting.
Many great games, and I'm not regretting my Switch purchase, but still, it's a little bit of a salt in the wound for me.
Totally. Same for, like, all the Metroid fans who wanted a Metroid Prime 4 years ago. They made the announcement, and then come to find out it all got scrapped so they could work it back from scratch. So yeah, there's just been a lot of weird things in the creative pipeline from Nintendo.
When I was playing the Metroid games, everyone's like, when is 4 coming? Like, they're still waiting, you know? Like, it's insane.
Mandel, I don't think this is a lithium upgrade. This is just standard whatever this Duracell was. But these batteries already last 15 to 20 years as it is. So I'm not too worried. The important part is, if at some point in the future, if Neens is using this GameCube in another 20 years when she's 109 years old, then she'll be able to replace the battery, just pop and drop.
You mean 89.
Well, in 20 years, you're going to be 109.
I'm gonna be 89. Yeah,
I'll
be 89.
Oh, and you're 89 now, and in 20 years you'll still be 89.
I'll be 89. That's right.
The immortal Neens decided to stop aging at 89. Okay, little blob there. That's good. Little blob there. That needs a little more.
Well, I think that's how we all feel, Will, with any of the games that are beloved, that, you know, you'd rather it be good and delayed and stuff than have it come out and be terrible. Like, I think we can all agree that is kind of like a feeling we all want. But it's like Pikmin 4 has been wiped off the map, though. That's the problem. Is like they had all this information and then nothing. And that's what's been a little depressing. At least we still get news, you know, that Metroid 4 is still like, okay, so they fired everyone and they're restarting or whatever. But at least we get the news, right?
Yeah, at least they're being transparent about it in some way. That's the least we could ask for. Alright, so now it is in. The battery holder upgrade is in. No more directly soldered battery weirdness like with this thing. And Contrix, Doom on the Switch, bless Panic Button and their infinite technical talent for being able to sort out doing that in the first place. Palmcast, hey, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in tonight. I hope all is well. If you enjoy the French language, if you want to learn more about French, make sure that you hang out in the streams of Palmcast.
Way cool.
And just enjoy the good vibes. Thanks for stopping by, Palmcast. And yeah, Will, I would also like to have it delayed more than anything. And oh, Robert Headley, you got your CPU, dude. I think your patience won out there. It really did, because you've been waiting like a good 6 weeks for it. That's pretty intense. All right, new battery, brand new battery is installed. This GameCube's gonna be able to tell time forever.
Yay!
All right, so with that in mind, well, while the GameCube is naked, let's try to dive in a little bit further and try to diagnose some of the behaviors here. And it's probably going to start interrogating for time because, well, it got its battery connection severed. Where did I put the? Oh, there it is. Want to reattach the fascia to the front daughter board to have some stability while I test the naked cube. Oh, my favorite song. And the shuffle on my playlist has been doing wonderful things so far tonight. Mandelbrot, need to stop thinking about Doom. You have a remix of music on the other tab. Oh man, I went down a rabbit hole. What I really need to do, I need to stop listening to BFG Division right before bed because I don't need to cut off an hour or two of sleep just because I got too mega hyped on Doom Eternal music and Doom 2016 music. Mick Gordon is a freaking genius composer and we're so freaking blessed to have that stuff. Mishi, what's going on? Welcome, Mishi. Good to see you. Well, there is going to be some tricking out, Famijack. There is a repair. It doesn't read discs, but I'm going to add some special augmentations to make this cube really shine. Big love to Mishi. Big, yet another delightful person I've met in Neenali's community. So glad to have y'all here tonight too. Just enjoying all the good company, riffing about GameCube and other Nintendo stuff, and anything else you may wish to ask about Neenali, because she has quite the stories to tell from a wonderful life led in many different places, but I'll let her tell that story completely. What I will say is mutual love for the state of Washington.
Yee, Washington!
Oh, Mishi with the host. Thank you very much. You're good. Currently fixing dinner for hubby and I, making tacos. Store down the street with homemade tortillas. Oh, you'll love to hear it. Homemade
Sansi.
Oh my goodness, Sansi, welcome. And yes, I went the extra mile. If you are a moderator in Neenali's channel, you're a mod here tonight too. I extend that to you so you can see that familiar green sword next to your name. Good to have you here. Alright, so naked GameCube, and if I'm not mistaken, this little switcheroo back here, oh, I think I may have already, like I'm tapping this flat back here. This back here is usually what signals the GameCube that the door is closed, maybe. So let's see what happens here. Need to hear what Andrew Hulshult is in? I'm not familiar with that individual, Mandel, so please enlighten us. Foreman! Welcome, Foreman. Hope you're having a good Saturday evening or Sunday morning, wherever it is you come from. Appreciate that. Send the rest of the Neenali crew filter in. That's wonderful. Okay, let's get these hookups back in. And see what we can do with a naked GameCube. Will, you can understand Nintendo charging $60 for Wii U ports since Wii U didn't sell and Nintendo needs to recoup the cost. Yes, the poor Wii U only sold about 12 or 13 million units. Definitely one of Nintendo's worst selling consoles. So yeah, Nintendo says, oh no, we're going to double dip and you're going to like it. And guess what? People are liking it. Dusk, Rise of the Triad. He did Iron Man. Oh! All right, so time to shrink the this again. Pop. Yep, and let's reveal. All right, power button. Pressing the power button. System settings were lost. Of course they were. So let's set that now. And let's not be super anal retentive about exactly which minute it is.
I mean, time is important.
Time is of the essence. Yes, I'm already about halfway through the time slot that the time allocated for this stream. So I'm leaning into it just as much as you are, Neen. So today is.
No, I'm just kidding. It's because me and my time thing.
Yeah.
I am here until you need me. I am not going anywhere. I have nothing. I'm good.
You're wonderful. Thank you, Neens. Okay.
Take all the time you need.
Okay, and I think I'll give it a generous extra minute based on the clock I see on my computer. So there's that. And then there's gameplay ? And now it's a matter of, can I trick the GameCube into... Oh, we got a spinning disc. I don't know how well you could tell that it was a spinning disc, but we have some spin, and then it said no disc. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. It was right here on camera. Let me see about making this visible again, so you can see still F-Zero disc, and there are a couple of tabs here on the back. If I press and hold on them. Neen's given, my goodness gravy, a sub. You're doing the absolute most here tonight, Neens. All right, so I'm holding these, and the disc spins and spins and spins, and then it just peters out. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's like we're able to see.
Does it make the sound too?
Let me listen again here, because that's the more interesting part. I guess I can lean my camera over a little bit like that so you can see better what I'm doing. So there are a couple little tabs right here in the back that certify to the GameCube that its lid is closed. So if I hold these with my finger, and I can actually see the laser moving through the back, and yeah, it's clicking like crazy. So now you can visually see what the GameCube is doing as it's trying and failing to do everything. So that's enough for me. Yeah, because it's clear the GameCube tries to read something, but fails miserably. So power down. Let's detach all of these goodies and create a little bit more working room for me. Valheim awaits. GameCube exclusive FPS dealing with ghosts and the like. Anyone remember the name of that, Famijack? I'm not sure about an FPS that dealt with ghosts. The only GameCube exclusive that I know that dealt with like occult and spirits and other weird things was like Eternal Darkness, but I can't think of anything like that. Oh, it's called Geist, apparently. Going straight for the German on that. All right, so now this is the fun part. Is liberating the optical drive from the GameCube. This is going to require a little bit of effort here. So, trusty screwdriver, where are you hiding? Where are you hiding? And don't forget Luigi's Mansion, which is good, but was not quite first person either. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion, I've been wanting to tackle that one too. I was never interested in it back in the day, but all the hardcore fans, they keep saying, yeah, the Luigi's Mansion series is super good. And I have no idea why these are here. These 4 little screws that are here right behind the memory card ports for like extra securing of the entire assembly here. Palmcast, flying back to France immediately. Go liberate your people, Palmcast. Tag me in Neen's Discord. Oh, totally. Yeah, that's totally cool with me, Mandel. Yeah, whatever floats well. It's Neen's family is my family, and vice versa. I welcome whatever may. Maybe I need both. Yuga2 with the lurk, hanging out with buddy, lurking all the while. Thanks Yuga2, appreciate that always. All right, so now, see, I should be able to lift. Oh no, I may have jumped the gun on that. That's okay. Because the goal is these little clips here lift out, and I want to keep their screws with them. So I'm going to carefully lay that over there, and I need a little bit more. Oh, Palmcast, you're finally getting your Canadian citizenship. That's wonderful. I know you've been working on that for a long time, so congrats on getting that, Palmcast. Yeah, I have no idea the difficulty it takes to become a Canadian citizen, but I imagine every country out there has certain requirements that you must make, and that is wonderful. Yes, all the Canadians in the house giving love to Palmcast. All right, so let's deal with the assembly that is locking the cooling fan apparatus into place. Ooh. Loosen the cable a little bit. I should be able to pop there. Good. And pop there. That's good. Navigator Bowman, mod extraordinaire, wonderful New Yorker, fellow brother in retro. What is happening, Mr. Navigator? Mishi, hubby's digging the music and so much. That is one of the greatest compliments I could possibly hear. Thank you. I'm glad y'all are jamming, Mishi.
I wish I could hear it.
Yeah, it's a shame because we have to have a special audio situation for Neens to join on the stream because what was playing was music from Super Mario Galaxy. All that music is just completely banging there.
It is really good.
Yep, that was Super Mario Galaxy. Famajack. And Cabal, welcome. Oh yeah, I'm here always breaking things. I'm here to embarrass myself in front of Neenali, don't you know? Oh, boosting Neen's audio? Okay, she's a little quiet. Gotcha. You're actually the first person to say that, Navigator, and that's the other thing. I guess the most I can do to boost Neen's audio is to
Oh, I can. If you need me to boost it, just let me know. I might have been talking off mic a little bit, so maybe it's better.
You've sounded perfectly fine to me, Neenali, but I realize what I'm hearing is not what the stream is hearing.
Exactly.
Isn't that the point of Twitch, to embarrass yourself in front of others? I mean, they had they took down Twitch Sings, so we have to make extra effort to embarrass ourselves.
Right, exactly.
Mandel, I'll be putting in, actually both HDMI and an SD card tonight, when all goes well. Now for the absolutely crazy amount of screws securing all of this together, but HDMI will come courtesy of the Insurrection Industries Carby. This little device fits into the digital port of digital port equipped GameCubes, and then straight up HDMI on the other side. And over here, for the serial port 2 port on the bottom of the GameCube is this little guy, as well as what will live in memory card slot B, this SD card to GameCube reader. So that will come a little bit later. You get to Neenali also speaks slower in general compared to me. Source Navigator Bowman studied this shit. Thank do for redeeming 3 minutes of ASMR, so I will be whispering my way through this GameCube repair for a little bit of it, because it'll probably take 3 minutes to take off all of these damn screws. Too bad Neens doesn't want to be blessed with GC Loader. I mean, she still can be if my donor optical drives fail for whatever reason. So it's still an option. I do have a GC Loader that I'm not using, but naturally I would much rather keep it for myself. But if Neens needs to get it, it's no big bother. It's all good. But GC Loader will make things so much nicer. Dupes and Howard, GameCube is the worst console to stay calm and do ASMR. You can take it. You can take it from Dupes and Howard. Dupes and Howard worked on a GameCube for me, and literally sparks were flying as he worked through the modification. Sounds manically relaxing. No, Neenali is not obligated to do ASMR. Sorry, Cabal. You'll just have to ask her really nicely when you hang out in her stream. Yeah. Yeah, and Dupes and Howard has also done an NES RGB, which are easily, objectively, is much worse than adding a digital port to a DOL 101 GameCube. So, yeah, I don't know. Have you been drinking tonight too, Dupes and Howard? I know you've got some of the good stuff in your cabinet. Neenali streams too late. You're in bed. Oh no, Cabal, poor Cabal. Oh, Dupes and Howard, you're doing the triple bypass. Heck yes. Okay, and now we got all 4 sides of this freaking shield. Have screws. My goodness. GameCubes just are the worst. Oh yeah, my goodness gravy. You definitely want some GameCube upgrades. Hopefully you got one of the early model GameCubes like what Neenali has. And then you can put in all the upgrades that I'm going to put in. Mishi is drinking some of the booch. Some of that delicious kombucha. That's right, Izzy. With enough channel points, just like you get to redeemed, I will get all up inside your ears.
Way cool!
Yeah. Neenali was having the time of her life last night looking through all the Silent Hill 2 endings, so I figured using a clip of that, of Neens laughing her brains out, was gonna be good. Yeah, that's right, Cabal, full-size drive. Alright, I think I can lift this out now. I think. Come on. There we go. And that was 3 minutes of ASMR. And oh my goodness, Navigator, you know how to hit the climax, don't you? Don't you? Right as I liberate the optical drive, it's book time. So I must comply. So, one thing that I do here as part of espousing the wonders and the beautiful things of retro, I have a couple of books that I always keep on hand that include Console Wars by Blake Harris. Can be found in documentary form if you want to watch it on CBS All Access, but of course I will always recommend the book. And I was also gifted over Christmas the 100 Greatest Retro Games to read from as well. Maze Haze, thank God the ASMR is over. Alright, so let's see what page 111 has in store for us. Because it might just be juicy. Oh, this is a good one. You landed right in the middle of the section on Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm not sure where exactly they ranked it, but let's get a few pages in. Navigator, got to bring back the streams with the retro knowledge. I mean, we do have the guts of a GameCube spilled out down here, so that's some retro knowledge, but I totally get it. So, yeah, this is some actual straight-up retro knowledge here. Will Kale, just have the Sega-produced Genesis Mini, closest thing for a physical copy. Yes, the Sega-produced Genesis Mini, I've been streaming that lately, and I'm having a good time with it. They chose some really good games. Speaking of which, yes, Sonic the Hedgehog. So, publisher Sega, developer Sonic Team, released in 1991, featured platform the Mega Drive or Sega Genesis. A powerful new 16-bit games console, continued pressure from a portly plumber, and a company firing on all cylinders led to one of Sega's finest hours in June 1991. Discover how a little blue hedgehog became the face of Sega. Before Sonic spun onto the scene in a dazzling blur of cobalt blue, Sega's previous attempts to create a company mascot had been unsuccessful. Their primary intent was to capture hearts in the same way that Mario had done for Nintendo, but nothing seemed to fit. Fantasy Zone's ovoid spaceship Opa Opa is often referred to as the very first mascot, briefly holding on to the honor until a tracksuit-wearing, rock-smashing prince named Alex Kidd came along and took his paper crown. But when creating Alex, it's debatable that Sega had hit upon the key ingredients that would give them a character to match the might of Mario. Younger and more athletic than Nintendo's Tubby Talisman, trained in a martial art and able to drive an assortment of vehicles, Alex exhibited many of the same characteristics that Sega would imbue into Alex's spiny successor. For connecting with a young audience, Alex certainly had a lot going for him. Unfortunately, he had a tough time competing against Nintendo's all-conquering Nintendo Entertainment System, which at one time could be found in 1 in 4 American households. 2 years after the 1989 release of the Genesis in North America, Sega found itself in a fairly strong position stateside. Its arcade machines, Space Harrier, Outrun, and Shinobi, were proving popular coin guzzlers, and its powerful new 16-bit successor to the Master System was also selling well, thanks to its impressive visuals and early library of arcade tie-ins. But conscious that Nintendo was preparing to release its 16-bit successor to the NES any day now, Sega knew it needed to find itself a Mario, and fast. So it was Sega of Japan famously set its best designers the task of coming up with a brand new hero to represent the company and its new console. During the initial idea stage, many designs were pitched and considered rabbits, armadillos, even human characters, but in the end, it was a teal-colored hedgehog that was finally selected, put forward by artist Naoto Oshima, who had previously worked as a designer on the first 2 Phantasy Star games. Originally dubbed Mr. Needlemouse, Oshima's creation went through a number of changes before becoming the zippy blue hedgehog we know today. Early concepts for the character, which were dropped as a result of a makeover by Sega of America, had him playing in a rock band, his mouth drawn with fangs, and in a relationship with a blonde human girl named Madonna. For obvious reasons, Sonic color was altered to Sega Blue, while Oshima has revealed that Sega's iconic red power sneakers were inspired by a combination of the belt strap boots Michael Jackson wore on the cover of his album Bad, and the color of Santa Claus, whom Oshima regarded at the time as the most famous character in the world. Blending all these visual elements together, Sega hoped to have the perfect character to appeal to an American market. All Oshima needed now was a striking game to show his creation off, and it was here that Sega bosses turned to a talented programmer named Yuji Naka. Naka had become renowned in the company for his impressive programming skills thanks to his excellent work on the Master System game Phantasy Star. He had also proven his skill for tackling the platform genre, an impressive Mega Drive conversion of Ghouls and Ghosts, and so Sega asked Naka and Hirokazu Yasuhara, Sonic's game planner and level designer, to help Oshima bring Sonic to life and become the driving force in a team of AM8 developers. They were famously renamed the Sonic Team. When work on the project began, Naka was adamant the game should be fast and exhilarating to show off the impressive processing speed of the Mega Drive. An important cornerstone for the game, Yuji Naka explains how it was Super Mario Bros. That inspired him to create the fastest platformer the world had ever seen. Every time I played the first stage, I wondered why I couldn't clear it faster the better I got playing it. Naka explains, this feeling must have been the beginning of the idea of Sonic. As you get good at playing, you can run through the stage really fast. I think Sonic itself turned out to be a totally different concept to Super Mario Bros., but I do feel it was a game that affected me very positively. There is a part in Sonic 1 where Sonic swims in the water and needs bubbles to take his breath to go on. I was very happy when Super Mario Bros. Later used a similar system in one of its sequels, because I felt we were inspiring each other. Meanwhile, Yasuhara's approach to Sonic's level design was to create them in such a way that they would appeal to both casual and hardcore gamers. He set about achieving this by mixing fun level elements with challenging obstacles and moving parts. One of the 7 zones in the game, Sonic's opening stage Green Hill Zone became the most iconic, a vibrant place featuring blue skies, lush green grass, checkerboard tunnels, and loop-loops. The perfect playground for Sonic to showcase all of his abilities. It was a brilliantly attention-grabbing introduction for gamers and for those who had never owned a console, so where did inspiration for this iconic stage come from? Green Hill Zone was inspired by California, Naka answers simply. Also, we were aiming to show the latest computer graphics at the time, which were using polygons and ray tracing through pixel art to make it look very new. With regards to the colors, I believe they were inspired by a picture drawn by Aizen Suzuki. Aizen Suzuki's work frequently features stunning Pop City illustrations that look every bit like the kind of artwork we'd have expected to see up on the walls inside Sega at that time. Often depicting bright realism with a vivid, surreal edge, one piece in particular instantly catches our attention. It shows a classic red open-top sports car parked beside a welcoming beachside restaurant. With its deep blue skies and engagingly expressive colors, the connection is clear. From a technical perspective, Naka says the biggest challenge in getting the Mega Drive to accommodate Sonic came from the processing speed of its hardware, and with Sonic pushing the Mega Drive in a way no game had done before, there were several features that Naka and his team wanted to incorporate in the game, but with space and time constraints were unable to. Interestingly, one of the omitted features would later provide the starting point for the sequel, while another inadvertently gave rise to a popular Sega motif. There were two features that we were not able to put into Sonic 1, Naka explains. The first one was to support two players playing at the same time. At the last point of developing Sonic, we were doing tests with split screen in order to allow two players to play at the same time. But my technical capability wasn't enough to allow the game to be completed with this feature. When we began work on Sonic 2, we tested this first to ensure that a two-player game system was achieved before properly starting the project. We also tried to prepare a sound select screen with pictures of Sonic's band and Sonic singing and breakdancing. The pictures were mostly completed, but we couldn't make this feature fully completed on schedule, so it was rejected. But the storage on the ROM to put this feature in was available because of this. So we added the Sega voice on the part where we showed the Sega logo. In the end, I think this was a good idea. From the initial concept for Sonic that saw him playing in a rock band to the revelation of a sound select screen that had to be dropped, it's clear that Naka and his team always intended for music to play an important part of the game. We were therefore keen to find out how much planning went into that particular aspect and how the team ensured it would enhance the overall experience for players as successfully as it did. And that is 3 pages from the 100 Greatest Retro Games. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening in, and Navigator for providing some excellent color commentary for all of those things that I was spitting. And now, back to the GameCube.
Very interesting. I like that. I think that's a really cool redemption.
Totally is. Yeah, I'm definitely working on collecting more books. There's a book about the rise and fall of NBA Jam that I'm looking to acquire soon. And I think that's going to be a hoot too. Okay, we can go back here. So here's the sad old optical drive. Oh, Cabal wants a hat that has green on it. Oh my. Oh my. You got it, Cabal. You somehow generated enough points. I will be right back with a green hat.
Goodness, I had to tell you that I'm on my last Copico. My very last one. I'm saving it. I don't know what to do because now I gotta go I'm gonna go order some more. But until they get here, it's my last one. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a Navigator. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I'll be able to play some games that you know, that I really wanted to for a while. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it, especially because I haven't had it for a few months now since it broke down, and just with everything going on with COVID and stuff, I just haven't gotten around to sending it. So I'm pretty excited.
All right, green on the hat. Let's continue here. Navigator, you'd force all the upgrades. I mean, I'm already throwing in one of my action replay discs and an SD to SP2 along with a Gecko. So don't you worry. There's only about 7 gigs free on this 64 gig micro SD card Navigator. There's going to be a grip of goodies on this for Neens. Pinky swear. Including Muppets Party Island. All right, so let's.
Why you gotta do me like that? Why you gotta do that to me?
What? It is a game that you adore, Neenali. I cannot help but make sure that you are well accommodated and that the games you enjoy get name dropped here.
Why you gotta do that to me? Why you gotta do that to me? Why?
I did absolutely nothing but make sure to praise your choices in video games. Yes, my goodness gravy, the Game Boy Player boot disc is, to say the least, is a little bit problematic, but there are ways around it. And I think Navigator will drop you some knowledge there. But yes, that's definitely going to be like the first game that I test is Muppets Party Island or whatever it's.
No. We don't need to test that one.
Okay, fine. We'll have it your way, Neens. I might as well boot Pikmin first. That seems to be the diplomatic way of doing it.
Look, if I remember right, that was a game that I got through some sort of promotion or something that was going on, and
Did you get that game in a cereal box?
it was like through like a Burger King thing or something, maybe. I don't know. Do you remember Buckin' Chicken Racing or something like that?
Oh my goodness, no. When it comes to when it comes to Burger King stuff, all I remember is their game Sneak King.
I don't remember what Buckin' Chicken Racing was on, or chicken, or I don't know. It was something like that, but
That sounds awesome.
it was hilarious. It was like a spin-off, and like you had like the Burger King like mascot dude, the guy with the king. He was like in the cart racing. It was really funny.
Oh my god. I did not know there was a kart racer for that.
Yeah, I don't even remember what system it was. I don't remember where I got the Muppet Island thing. All I know is I loved Mario Party games, and the Muppet game was like a Mario Party game, and so I had to try it. And it's actually pretty funny and pretty crazy. It's nowhere as near as good as the Mario Party games, but it was still fun, and I got my use out of it, I guess, at like, you know, with friends and groups of people, and it was just something silly and fun, and you drank too, you know?
Oh, a drinking game kind of game. I love it. Dropkick Channel, hey, good to see you, dude. Long time no see. Hope all is well up in your neck of the woods.
That's right, Mishy. It was big bumpin'. It was big bumpin'. That's right.
Big bumpin', spin, cheese. Oh, one more screw.
Was it the 360? Okay, that's what it was. I couldn't remember which console it was, so Muppet Island wasn't part of that thing. Muppet Island was a legit just a game that I got, okay?
Yeah, Muppet Island, I think...
I'm not ashamed.
From all I can gather, it was a GameCube exclusive. Okay, so now our bum disk drive has been liberated. So I'm going to go set that aside over here to my left. And now I have the donor drive over here. And now this donor drive is from a DOL 101 GameCube. Let's see if the screw patterns match, because things might get weird to say the least. But anywho, at least that port is the same that helps connect it to the motherboard. So let me go try to drop it on here. Come on, find your holes. Oh, wow, I think that did drop in nicely. Yeah, no gap right there. And that is the port that connects to the spot on the motherboard for the optical drive. So let's get these screws in. Yeah, and I think these doohickeys back here for detecting the disk drive being closed are a little bit more robust, to say the least, because I knew this drive was functional as of a few weeks ago. Oh, 3D World. Test without screwing? Yes. Navigator with the deep words of wisdom right there. Yeah, always test without screwing. So I'm just going to drop this bad boy in right here. Make sure it connects to its designated socket here. Yeah, always test with as little as you can get away with, because you never want to have to put yourself in a position of having to undo and redo a million screws.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. So as naked as can be, I'm only gonna operate this for like a minute, so I'm doing this even without a fan.
No, I don't, Cabal, because I find this very interesting, actually, to see how this is all like coming along. So I'm actually okay.
Yep, it's teamwork. It's teamwork here. I provide the technical knowledge, and I'm the brains, and Neens is the beauty, and some more brains.
Oh, please. I just hope that I'm, like, just being enough, saying, like, enough content that's okay. I don't know.
You're being awesome, Neens. Fully good. Dr. Pepper is the refined gentle person's choice of soft drink. Yes, indeed, Dropkick Channel. Alright, let's secure the fan assembly just a little bit. 2 screws will do it. That's an Xbox One HDMI cable? I don't know, I just had that HDMI cable laying around. I enjoy it because there's a ferrite core attached to it, and I'm all about minimizing interference as an analog freak. I don't even. I lived. The closest I've been to an Xbox One is my roommate in Seattle owned an Xbox One. That's all I got. Oh, come on. Saddle up in there, bud.
What you drinking, Izzy?
There we go. It has to nudge up against the optical drive. Now, well, I guess connect all these things. Uh-oh, Izzy's getting on the vodka. Okay, actually.
Vodka. Ah.
Mishi was told by...
Ziki wants a song. What is it from?
Oh, this song? This is New Barktown from Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal.
There you go.
Yep, all the classics. All the classics. Okay, so I've got that. It's time to get power in. Power is in. All right, now attach Wavebird receiver. Pick up Wavebird. Super Mario Land's underground theme is super underrated. You are correct, Dropkick. Baby making train. Oh boy. All right, crossing my fingers here. Let's get the basics down. So powering on. We're spinning because obviously no disc is here. Is he about to toss it back like it's hot? All right, so let's take our bespoke F-Zero disc here. Pop it on just like that, and I will pretend to close the lid by. And okay, we have spin.
Spin. Oh,
and
we see a title.
We see a title. So yes, let's start some F-Zero.
Yay.
And here we have.
Oh my god! It worked.
All right, so we have a living GameCube, baby. We got it. We got it. All right, so now the fun part, putting it back together and then adding all of the delightful upgrades that are going to help you play games off an SD card.
All the putting it back together and making sure it still works. Right?
Yes. Yeah, because sometimes you never know.
Exactly. That's happened to me before. I'm like, what? I tested it and now it's not working. What I do?
Yeah, you swear you put it all back together the way it started and then... yeah, it falls apart.
The issue? Woke up all one day, I was playing it, and the next minute, I tried to play it another day, and all of a sudden it wasn't reading my discs at all. It was, Manic thinks it was, the disc drive the optical disc finally gave out.
Yep, this is our dead, bad, old optical disc drive, and I actually technically wonder if it might be something weird with the sensor back here for it detecting whether the drive is closed, but that's a whole other can of worms.
I wonder too, because like I said, it was working just fine from one day to the next, and I even put something else in, and it seemed like it was fine, and then all of a sudden it wasn't again.
Yeah, so. Exactly. And yeah, that's what I'm doing, Navigator. Is for the sake of brevity and for the sake of stream, I'm just replacing the optical drive and making sure that we have a fully functional situation here. So let me. All right, so let me get this nice and big for reassembly here. All right, so what I need to do. Yeah, there's a little bit of disassembly before the reassembly to make sure all screws go back to exactly where they came from. And yeah, Mr. Jab, I'm at this point I'm guessing the sensor because I could, and the sensor is just to make absolutely clear is these little flappy things back here. I don't know if I can tilt the GameCube enough, but this little black thing right here has their little levers, and if they're both locked back into the right position, then the GameCube considers the optical drive closed. So even though Neen's old disk drive sort of behaved and responded to these, like the disk would spin up, it still refused to read disks. Another GameCube to mod Navigator. Awesome. GameCube modding is fun, man. I could do this all day. All right, so I still need to leave this open because I have a shitload of screws to get back in. Okay, fan assembly out. These 3 screws back in. Neens is munching. You got some candy there?
Hi, Choose.
Oh, hi Choose. Hi Choose will fit the bill. They'll scratch the itch right now until you get your squinklotes. Yeah. Before stream, I showed Neens the value that she got. Like, she straight up. I don't know if this is revealing too much. She straight up sent actual cash in the box to buy the candy, and I made sure that she got her money's worth.
I went to all the little Mexican joints around here and all the stores, and I was so upset that none of them had the stuff that Manic sent me, I don't know, a year ago or something.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, like, I was like, how can these people not have this? And I look at all of the things and can't find any of them. So I said, hey, I sent him some stickers and a card, and I said, here's some cash. Send me some Swink Latte back with this GameCube, please.
Yes, I won't reveal the message in the card, but Neens has the fancy shit, y'all. Like, Mika, hey, good to see you. Good evening. But yeah, the card says thank you in her signature jelly bean background, and I even got some of her stickers for my trouble. So I can Neen sip wherever I want now, or I can also just have a shocked face. Her little scared jelly bean. So big it filled my heart to the brim to see this card, Neens. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course. Like, it was nothing. It's the least I could absolutely do.
Oh, Mika, tough times at work. I mean, yeah, there are certainly aspects of your job that are rough. So, no doubt you have seen and heard and, well, used all of your other senses on things that no other human would wish to endure. So, big condolences to you. I hope whatever you're able to do this evening gives you all the energy to rest and recover and get yourself all back to normal. Ooh, Cabal, a Trinitron. Dang. For those in the retro community, the Trinitron is the top of the mountain. It is the alpha and the omega. It is the best CRT ever made, and nothing else ever came as close to that. So yeah, I'm not surprised to hear of 200 screws going into a freaking 32-inch Sony Wega Trinitron, one of the baddest CRTs ever put onto this earth. Available for purchase.
That's crazy. 200 screws.
Yeah. Mishi, this is your second time. Don't know why the alerts don't show up when you come online. That's okay, Mishi. No worries. I mean, come whenever you can. I do my thing usually Friday and Sunday, and I think I'm going to be this coming Tuesday. I think I'm going to get back to regular weekday streams. Life was, to say the least, a little bit chaotic recently, so I wanted to get back to streaming, but only had a certain amount of energy to do so. But I think things are calming down nicely. Enjoy the shower, Navigator. Thanks for stopping by. So many freaking screws, my word. Keeping the tier 2 sub going. 11 months of... I can't believe we've known each other that long, Navigator. It's been a wonderful friendship, man. Thanks for all the energy and the knowledge and the insights that you've brought to me. I certainly would not have done certain things without you, or wouldn't have been motivated to do them without you, so I sure do appreciate it. Big bromance. Zeke? Oh, I didn't know you were also in healthcare, Zeke. Wow. Followed in February 2020. Dang. It's been so cool getting to know you through all of this entire crazy Twitch journey from my first attempts at streaming back in the spring of 2019. So, well, I guess I am technically at 2 years streaming, even though summer 2019 was not kind to me. My father spent many months on death's doorstep, but thankfully was in a very good hospital and was able to recover. And he's as happy and healthy as can be, at least for someone who has COPD. But what it still comes down to is, streaming has found a way to be streaming and video games found a way to be a big comfort for me before the pandemic, and sure as heck throughout the pandemic kept a sense of normalcy in my life. It gave me an outlet more than I had ever imagined. And I'm so grateful for just all of you who've been willing to put up with me, to watch me, and even, sub and really make this channel into something awesome. Thank you, Gravy. Well, you have a 4x3 CRT ED TV that supports component cables. Oh, baby, you can get 480p out of those beasts. That's great.
That's crazy.
Yeah, EDTVs did not last for that long because they were very quickly superseded by the LCD and LED TVs that we know today. But EDTVs were pretty magic back in the day. Something being able to do a progressive signal was quite a lot.
It's crazy how TVs have advanced so much in such a little time, really.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I swear, I get one and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best picture. Nothing's ever gonna look better. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, what the heck is that?
Right. Yeah, something strikes your eyeballs and you're like, oh my goodness. Like just walking through a Best Buy and seeing 4K demos and stuff like that.
Yeah, that used to be my hobby, was just to go walk through the Best Buy TV section. I was addicted to technology for a while, where I just wanted to buy all the things.
I know, right? Why can't I have $10,000 right now so I can live my digital dreams?
Right? I know. I just wanted all the big TVs and all the things and the biggest ones and the clearest ones. Man. Just I'll play my games on those. Yeah.
I want to hear Donkey Kong beat his chest in surround sound.
That's right.
Mika, you want to have your 144? Yes, the bare minimum pixels required. Well, thank you, Podcast. I'm glad that I've been able to help give you some good vibes too. A composite modded Atari 7800? Yes. I mean, that's the thing. If you have any of the old Ataris are restricted to RF output only, so they need a mod for composite video if you want to have a prayer at playing them on modern TVs.
Yep, I have a 2600.
Oh man, the 2600.
Mm-hmm.
My
parents gave it to me. I had it, they had it, and then they're like, I'm gonna get rid of it. No, give it to me. I want it.
That's super awesome. All right, and it looks like we will have every screw accounted for. That's lovely. That's exactly what you want to see. Kabbalah, it was a sad day when you walked through Best Buy and everything in the store was a downgrade. You were pretty big into home theater. Oh.
I've always dreamed of having some sort of home theater room, just those fancy little couches that are a recliner type, nice, and they get the little cup holder and but just dedicated for home theater game type things. But someday.
Yeah, those home theater demo rooms that are all decked out. You've got you've got speakers in the wall, in the ceiling.
Right, no wires everywhere. You don't see wires, which is amazing.
8 years ago, my goodness gravy. What model TV, or at least who made it? Is it an LG, a Vizio, maybe a Sony? I'm actually impressed that you can even get RF into a relatively modern TV. I'm shocked by that. All right. Sometimes takes a little massaging to get the top case on. Come on, Bubba. Where are you hitching? Gotta dip out. Hey, good to see you too, Yuga 2. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you've been having a good night with your friend. Samsung TV, 32-inch one. And yes, over-the-air TV, still a thing. Well, at least the ATSC standard. But if it knows how to deal with NTSC signals, that's pretty crazy too. Delicious Ting, Mika. Oh, Ting. It's been a while since I've heard of that stuff. Okay, what did I miss here on the front? Something is like too high. Yeah, you definitely want to hold on to a TV like that has some extra ports. And I'm happy to hear that the games play well too on that, because some TVs are really terrible at doing analog to digital conversion. And yeah, for that reason, and well, for the sake of streaming, I have devices that fancy devices that do that well for me is on top of that. Okay, is this disk drive somehow taller than the old one? Like, what's the deal here? I'm just like lining them up, and they look freaking identical in height. Like I've got the bushings lined up. It's not the drive. Oh boy, let the memes fly. Zero Wing is on the playlist. CPU bundled with a monitor, Robert Headley? Ooh, it's a good deal. Dubes, did I push down hard enough? I might just have to. Something is not aligning correctly here in the front, so I just might have to, Dubes. Little squeezing and tugging. Cabal, you made some of those home theater rooms for friends, movie theater seats. One guy had a whole bunch of seats from Yankee Stadium? And this is what's dumb. The back is sitting flush. The front just doesn't want to fill the gap. And nothing about this makes sense. There's always silly little snags like this.
Yeah, it always happens. You'll figure it out.
Yep. What is... Maybe if I... Oh, that could actually be a blocking factor. Where's my screwdriver? Or the tweezers will do. Yep, that is the case. I'm sure the Yankees raised a ton of cash off of selling the old seats.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They sold the seats and people bought them, and they had a bunch of stuff going on. So.
Like I hope some of that money went to like charity or something at the very least.
Oh, I'm sure they had stuff like that going on.
All right, I'm going to try to realign the front fascia here. Will, your Toshiba 4K Smart TV has a full-on RF tuner manufactured last year. That's the crazy part, is if you want the good stuff, like, sometimes you have to buy high-end. Welcome to putting the genie back in the bottle with me, little old me. Okay. What about this front part is not lipping in? This is like legit embarrassing because everything else went actually very smoothly, but now this part is...
Don't be embarrassed. It's fine. It happens. It's not embarrassing at all.
Being in New Jersey, worked in some Mets and Yankees homes on their TV stuff, but didn't have any idea who they were. Yeah, because... They probably appreciated that a lot, and yeah, they were probably never home either. That's usually how it goes. They're having service called in, and their assistant or their family members, whoever's living in that home at the time, goes and does that. I've done some IT work in some rich people houses, and it's weird having such unsupervised access to such a valuable space. A Wish gaming PC, Will. Good luck on that. And no, I promise that battery is not holding it back. some stuff around. Speak to me, GameCube. Where are you unhappy? Show me on your chassis where it hurts. One more little visual inspection here, old drive versus new drive, because there is the slightest of differences between optical drives, between older and newer GameCubes. No, all of that stuff is looking... all that stuff is looking pretty legit. Yeah, Dupes, this is the old bad drive. It has been liberated, so now it's reassembly time. Oh yeah, my goodness gravy, this song is, I ripped this off of my, I imported the 4-disc special edition soundtrack to Super Mario Odyssey, and I'm like, yes, give me all the 8-bit versions of the music. Like, pushed in all the way how, Dudes and How, like, it's screwed in. I don't know how much more pushed in the drive can be. Like, I know there's a little bit of play on it, as all the drives have, but the long part above the circle in the middle. It's in the middle instead of the top. Yeah, I think we're looking... I still think we're looking fairly identical here.
Oh, she's talking about the reader, because he turned it on. I think she's talking about the you see the little laser reader. I think that's what she's talking about.
Oh, the laser itself.
I think so. See how it's like just like one is in a different position than the other. I don't think that matters though. Yeah, because
the laser is meant to stay inside that track.
Yeah, it reads it. Yeah, so it's not going to be in the same spot. Ziki, it moves in that track.
Can we mod the case, have the drive stick out the top like a blower in an old muscle car? Yes, supercharged GameCube. Trying to look for other spots where it's inconsistent. Hold the memory card part up. Yeah, Dubsenhauer, we looking flush here too, Dubesy. Take the gray front part off. Oh, I think I see what you're getting at. Like if I take the gray part off, if I pull off that fascia, if the top will fit. Yep, Navigator. I popped in the battery mod, and the battery mod, there's definitely room in that spot for the battery mod, so I had to make sure I did that. Yeah, Dubes, it unlips off of the little posts right here, and it is flush against these posts. But yeah, if I wanted to go whole hog, pulling off the front fascia here, and just sort of having this rest. Let's see, it looks a little bit like that. Just pure curiosity. Like we're taking baby steps backwards.
Yeah, no, sometimes that's all it takes.
Okay, so... So using my hands here, we have a flush front fit without the fascia. And wow, I actually said that correctly in one go. Flush front fit with the fascia. Flush front fit with the fascia. Orange board? There's no orange board going on. Oh, you're talking this guy here. Yes, this is going into one of the serial ports on the GameCube. If I can actually, fit this beast back together. Actually, what I wonder if I did, I may have misaligned the controller ports and stuff here. So,
I wonder if that's what it is, because it's fitting without the front gray piece. So
yeah, I'm going to be extra tight on this. Yeah, at least I hope that's the culprit, so let's drop...
Yeah, I was wondering if the battery was hitting the thing myself as well.
Yeah, this is number 3, and I pinky promise you the battery is not a problem. Yeah, the battery holder is touching the gray piece, but it's like barely touching. It's within the... It's like the battery holder is filling exactly the gap that's between the daughter board and the front gray piece.
Right. It makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, seemed like it's hitting the battery mod, but also this is not the first time I've done this battery mod. And it keeps stopping just short. Yeah, that's legit. The what the name of it is in computing, Ziki, the daughter board. And I wish it were easy to show here on camera, but the battery is not in the way. It's snagging on something else here. And like on the inside, there's still some clearance. Like the top shell is currently raised over the optical drive, so there's room to go down there.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense that it's the battery, because you put it on and the battery was in there when you put it on without the front case thing.
Mm-hmm. So this is all the way low. Well, since I have a relatively unmodded GameCube here for comparison, I might as well crack this open and stare at it a little bit and see what tiny difference is missing. I haven't even done the battery mod to this one. That's where I'm at with it. And that's the weird thing. I can't even feel or really even see where it's getting snagged. It's a super weird thing that it's doing. Thanks to the Alert Girl Tricks. Enjoy the shopping, the Saturday late shopping. Yeah, you can hear the snaps of the screws maybe to let you know this GameCube has also been unmolested. So I'm giving you another authentic GameCube opening experience here. However, this one's one of the weird ones of the bunch, and this is where I learned stuff. In this GameCube is also, like Neen's, is the DOL001 that has digital and the analog, but hiding over here does not have serial port 2. So they started eliminating that at some point, and then got rid of more stuff altogether. And thankfully I did not lose screws when I did that. I thought I was setting that aside, but... What game is that, Mishi? Or what are you misplaying? Papa LaCroix? Do tell us more, Mishi. There's 3. And 4 just fell at my feet. That's okay. It's alright, I'll deal with that later. Oh, a Story of Seasons game. So in terms of cables, like we line these up, you can see this one still has its OG battery. And on our repaired cube, like the battery mod doesn't do much. It fills, it goes in, it fills the gap. It doesn't necessarily force things to stick out or anything like that. If I line them up like this, then yeah, we have parallel runs on the front fascia here. The gaps going on between these two are the same. Oopsies. I'll just set you aside for now. Are those gaps really the same, though? Yep, they are. Haunted Castle? Will, tell us more about this. Tell us more about this. Cable to the fan maze? The fan cable routing on both of these is exactly the same. Runs over the top, and the red one for the power lead it snakes through a special hole that's on the side. And that's the other thing, is that this front faceplate it's locking into exactly the spot that it should. So it's super perplexing. Black shell. Oh yeah, Sansa, we are chrono triggering. So yeah, next investigation. Dubes, both cubes up, showing the front. Okay. Uh-oh. Just for you, Dubesy. If you want fronts, I will give you fronts. Full frontal Gamecube. How'd you like them apples? Your husband's guessing the tunes, Mishi. I'm glad. So yeah, that's what I'm up against here. We're both looking pretty flush here. Yeah, and those little U-shaped bits there, these little U-shaped bits that get it to the post, they're sitting flush and flat right there too. Top shells? Oh, you want me to like swap the top shells? I mean, that would be interesting. Like, let me stick platinum on top of Neens' cube. And yeah, it's doing the same thing. I'm not worried about the shell. By golly, this is the most unexpected thing. Wait a second. If I have to snip something out, where do I have...
Put my top on the silver base.
Okay. Neen's black
Just out
top.
of curiosity.
Bang. We're locked in. We have our hybrid now. Okay, next thing, and this is gonna get super... What about the ribbon cable? Ribbon cables are sitting nice and tidy in there. Ribbon cable for the daughter board right down in there, all curled up nicely. And similar curl situation down in here. Like, it's not too high by any means.
You said the back is sitting flush, right?
Yeah, the back is nestling in fine, which is the really weird part.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that, I think, is even more the weird part. Like, I know it's hard to show on camera. Is it the way the battery sits is the same height, and it fills the gap. Like here on the old one, battery's right here, and you can see there's an empty space in front of it. And here on Needs' battery, it fills up the space that's available to it right there. So when I drop down.
Well, and also if it was the battery, it would have hitched when you didn't have the faceplate in there.
Yeah, and it would have hitched closer.
And you'd have one side going down and not the other. So.
Yeah. And so we're in a weird place. Like you can see the battery. There's still clearance above the battery for the shell, and it's just in a weird spot. And well, in terms of a third cube, I actually have, of all things, a DOL 101 Gamecube sitting behind me. LED was a little bit bent, but I would think the LED is not as much of a problem. I'm gonna try. There's a third shell option I have here. This is a DOL 101 cube shell. Now I'm just curious. The space between it and the faceplate is being pushed upwards, and the faceplate is being put on. I don't see any of that pushing, which is the weird part. Need headphones to hear Neens. Thanks for bearing with me, y'all. This is part of the nature of the beast when doing stuff like this. Like Navigator Bowman, my mods, he streamed himself doing some GameCube mod work as well, and almost lost the ribbon cable for that front daughter board for the controller ports. That was pretty terrifying. Yeah, and that's exactly it, Maze. This optical drive that works on Neens' cube is actually from a DOL 101 GameCube onto her 001. So that just makes it weird. Navigator, yep. Yeah, that was a heart attack moment. And then you get a giant 200-person raid. Still have to replace the battery to see if the cable isn't borked. Oh, interesting. All right. No effing way. It's still not fitting. Huh. All right.
All right. So.
I think I'm gonna revisit the battery mod.
Yep. Yeah. Maybe we just undo a couple things and yeah.
Also, the PC Engine modding scare. Oh, what happened on your PC Engine modding scare, Navigator? I think I saw you. You were doing a little bit of soldering on that live, but I don't think I was there for that stream. And I guess that's the other thing, Maze, is that I do have a battery modded GameCube sitting next to me, or sitting a few shelves away, that fits just fine. I think I might pop those there, take this out. Let's see if I can push the battery mod in a little bit more. I'm just going to heat up those points and add some pressure. New battery out. A little pressure there. Let me get my iron hot again. Oh, Nav, you accidentally slipped a capacitor when doing a jailbar fix. Oh no. But you fixed it. Ugh. Caps, especially on the PC Engine, they're a whole heck of a lot. Does it fit when I completely remove the front piece? Yes, it does, Dubes and Hauer. Actually, I did do that kind of test fit, and it did go nicely.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't think it was the battery, because you were able to fit it with it before. So.
The battery mod has worked before. Now I need to wait for my tip.
Then again, I don't know how that coincides with the faceplate, so.
Yeah. Like it might be just barely misaligned, like that we can't even tell with human senses.
Yeah, sure, possibly.
little bit more heat here. Yeah, and that's the weird thing, is that the faceplate looks like it's doing exactly what it should be doing. The faceplate is sitting flush exactly on the part that it's supposed to stand. Like if I just hold the daughter board out of the way and just trying to see if I can do this, and like just raw faceplate, it still locks in exactly as it should. It does its job there exactly perfectly. So yeah, I think the battery mod just might be sticking out a little bit, even though the battery mod doesn't come out any further than the back of the controller port too. Gel covers for your Nintendo Joy-Cons, you're in love? Yes. I've heard such good things about those gel covers, and Joy-Cons definitely need protection too. Joy-Cons just feel so fragile, and it's crazy how expensive they are. Oh, I was putting pressure with my finger, and I felt the battery mod recess a little further. So let's heat up the other side and try to do the same. Oh yes, I actually got a little bit of movement there too. And I heated up the solder, and I almost burned my finger. So I know.
Don't burn your finger. Don't burn your finger.
So yeah, it may not look or feel like anything happened, but I could feel with my precious middle finger that like I didn't get burned or anything, but I felt the heat. But the battery mod did go in a little bit deeper, so maybe that's all the clearance I needed. Oh yeah, the Jet Set Radio Future soundtrack, absolute banger. Oh, I should probably slip in the battery before I screw that on. That's a good idea. My precious middle finger, yes. My precious middle finger on my me time hand. Maze wants a burned finger. You would like that. Like, straight up. Like, that would just be the sickest thing, right? Like someone dropping a shitload of gift subs if I straight up soldering iron direct to my fingertip. Escándalo. Yeah, yet another case of just the tip going the wrong way. Alright. This is progress. I think so too, Maze Haze. I think feeling that little bit of flex when I heated up the solder points may have been like giving me exactly the clearance that I needed. We'll see. Yeah, 5 subs to burn my finger. 5 subs for me to touch the hot iron at 700 degrees to the tip of my tongue to test it. Mishi's music trivia keeps rolling. Okay, so we're locked in again. That actually felt really good. Like, that's feeling really, really nice. I straight up only got like an extra millimeter of clearance out of that, but Robert Headley definitely channels like that. Oh yeah, the anticipation always killer. Oh my god, Becky. Oh my god. It was...
Her butt. It's just like so big.
That battery holder's butt was sticking so way out.
It's like out there. Like she just needs to push it in.
Oh boy! Finally.
Yes.
That was scurry, y'all. We have a flush fit, and the battery holder badonkadonk was just a little too far out. That's what it was. Navigator. Yeah, everyone who bet on that. Everyone who bet on battery holder. Yeah, let's go. Praise the Navigator. Yeah, I just wasn't applying enough pressure, so we're gonna button up the cube here. Let me get this top shell out of the way. Now, which GameCube covers go with what? Oh, I kept them managed, Maze. I promise that. Neens is keeping her original shell. If she didn't keep her original shell, then I think she would kill me. Not really.
Well, kill is quite
right.
strong of a word.
We're trying to.
I mean,
yeah, we want to preserve as much of the GameCube as possible. Like
stairs may be involved,
Oh no, not the stairs! Don't no, please, not the stairs, madam. Just like Lady Dimitrescu can throw an entire dresser across the room, Neens can throw you down some stairs without effort. Perma PogChamp dudes. You don't like these rotating PogChamps. And As Navigator gets it right. Panic Sloth! Okay, now here's where some of the real fun can happen that I'm freaking excited for. Okay, so Xbox One X update. This guy here, this one is super neat. There are plenty of GameCubes out there that have serial port 2. This is a standard SanDisk micro SD card that I have preloaded with games throughout the week. And so now this guy just lives inside the GameCube, and you can even see the there's a little marking there. This side face inside. So facing the inside, it just straight up drops in. There's like no force to it, and then the tab keeps it securely in place forever. So that's fun. And then these are colloquially known as the SD Gecko. When this contains the special apps that will help to leverage all the stuff that I stored down there on Serial Port 2. My goodness gravy, this song, Banjo-Kazooie, Click Clock Wood, when you visit it during the spring. So Neens, this guy gets to live in memory card port B. And this is
memory card port B. Okay.
Yeah, and then yours can live in A. And there's a lot of games out there that I've learned that they just refuse to deal with a memory card in slot B. They only respond to slot A. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh, interesting.
SD Gecko, originally designed for Animal Crossing, did not know that. You are correct. Removable expansion slots are the portents of a dark and wonderful future to a nerdy kid. So the next step on this, Neens, is this special...
Yo.
The special disc that I'm going to be giving you. This is what helps unlock the power of this SD card and all the rest. Because there's a special application called Swiss that will allow us to do some very fun stuff. So we all saw this weird-ass action replay disc is what went into the GameCube. And so...
Oh, okay.
Yep, so let's get hooked up here. Gosh, what else can blow up on us? Like, as far as things that could have broken, things could have been much worse, you know. So, all right, we are fully plugged in here. And where's my mouse? My mouse is over here. And Lurkin while doing chores. Panic Sloth, you are like tearing down your whole house. It's amazing what you've been accomplishing this weekend. All right, Wavebird flipped on, and a moment of truth here. Let's fire this up. Smoke's coming rolling out on the power up. Yeah, Mishi, this is the official Nintendo Wavebird. System settings were lost, as to be expected, because I disconnected and reconnected the battery, basically. So I do need to do that as a test, though. So resetting the time again. It's not January.
Is that a wireless controller?
Yeah, Nintendo's official Wavebird. Kessler! What is happening, Kessler? Good to see you. Yeah, back during the GameCube's heyday, Nintendo actually dropped their own first-party wireless controller.
Cool.
So I actually have a full set of 4 of these bad boys.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea those existed. I'm still rocking the cords, you know.
Oh,
the cord
yeah.
Controllers.
These are not cheap, but they're also not the worst thing. I think you can still usually pick these up for about $50.
Oh, not bad. I mean, considering how much I pay for controllers for my current gen console.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Cause like I have Smash on the Switch, and I can use my GameCube controllers on it, and that's what I've been using.
Totally. I'm not sure if Wavebirds will work like on the Wii, but since you have a rockin' GameCube now, then yeah, definitely get yourself a Wavebird going.
I have to lick myself one up. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nintendo made the first consistent 2.4 gigahertz wireless controller. Indeed, they did. Wireless controllers used to suck. They were terrible. Some of them even used infrared. But then Nintendo said, you know what? We're gonna make one for the GameCube, and this thing is badass. It just works so well with zero lag, just utter perfection. Current time 8. I will call it 8:22, and I will of course do a battery test.
So did you have to like sync it to my GameCube?
No, it actually works in a really interesting way. So this receiver right here is how it works, and I guess I can make this big again. So. So both on the Wavebird and on the receiver are little dials, and there they are, the two dials next to each other.
Right,
and
I see them.
Yep, they're dials 1 through 16. So you select the channel and match it up with the receiver. That was how they rocked it back then. Yep. So
Interesting.
Yeah. So the extent of the pairing process is making sure that your dial matches that dial. So let's fire up this interesting action replay. Fry pan! Hey! So action replay, and this thing will actually work as a cheat disk for your existing games, but that's not why we're using it right now. Because I put special files onto this SD card in a certain way that, oh my, here we have Swiss, and it's looking into Serial Port 2 right now at a game list. How about that? So let's scroll down a bit here at all of the things that have been gifted to Neens on that SD card, in case she feels too lazy to pull out her own discs. Yes, all of the Resident Evils, all of them, every last Resident Evil that came out for the GameCube. That's just a given. Some of the Sonic collection, I noticed on her memory card she had Jedi Outcast, so might as well throw that on. Super Mario Sunshine, both the Beautiful Joes, Wario World, and WarioWare. And so let's go to the right stuff. Neens probably has a Pikmin save file. You gotta get home, but you can't make it alone. Meet the Pikmin. So boot with A. And this is standard when you boot up a game, and it stores the fact that it patched the game onto the SD card that's in memory slot B. Would I like to display in progressive scan mode, triggered by holding down the B button? Yes I would. Screen has been set to progressive scan so that it looks beautiful.
Okay, what'd you do?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
Let's see. You probably have a save or two. I'm not.
I have no idea.
Let's see what you got.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I do. So there's probably several things. So you can just take anything.
Yeah, you got several logs, and well, you know the game best. You might even notice that things load faster.
It's looking like it. Yeah. Yeah, D30 would be like the one that's probably the most. Nice.
Yep. And we're ready to rip. The Pikmin are gonna pick.
Look how cute it is. Aww. Man, I love this game so much. I want to start gushing. I want to start gushing.
All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A.
Yes.
And there we go. Your cube is playing Pikmin again, but as we all know, that's not a Pikmin disc inside the GameCube. Also, the power of Swiss means you can do a really neat thing with ZR, B, and down. Usually, I think that's the key combo. Unless I forgot to set that.
ZR, B, down.
Let me double check the key combo. Yeah, D-pad down, right trigger, Z and B. Okay, I might need to reconfigure that. That's okay. I'll just hit reset. Oh, it reset the game itself. That's fine. And well, here's going to be a test that I need to do anyway to power off the GameCube. And then I will yank the power cable out.
Pretty much, Fry Pan.
On this day, Neens has officially changed to retro streamer. So let's power back up again. You know, Navigator, I got it. I got the prep like 90% of the way there, you know. So we're going to start up. It's going to read the disk again. And because I put an autoexec.dol on the SD card, we're going to get Swiss again here. Should anyway. But yeah, it came up and it did not ask to reset the time. That was the important part. So what I need to do, let's look into some Swiss settings here. Stereo, screen position, system language, that's all good. Swiss video mode, let's lock that into 480p. IGR, that's what I needed to change. IGR to IGR.dol, that's what I really wanted to save. So this can start working. So now, let's pick a different game, shall we? A little bit of Double Dash is a crowd pleaser.
Oh, Double Dash!
Double
yes!
Dash!
Man, hours and hours and hours of Double Dash.
Totally. Crazy Taxi. I've already had enough DMCA trouble, Navigator. Don't do me like that. Yep, all the Mario parties. The GameCube is the Mario Party and Zelda machine.
I have all my Mario parties, every single one of them. So I am so excited just to be able to not have to worry about putting them on all the time either, which is cool.
Yep, you can just keep this one disc in there, and since the disc is only used for like 10 seconds, it saves a lot of wear on the disc drive. But yeah, especially the GameCube being run through the Carby and at 480p, you can definitely see how crisp and beautiful this looks. I think it's the way that the GameCube was meant to be seen.
For sure, it looks really good.
Sure. I don't think I'm actually going to do a race. Just wanted to boot a game and also test the in-game reset. Z, R, B, down. And that resets the GameCube. And it should get us back into Swiss, because that's what I told it to do. Maybe, possibly. Oh, good. It's doing the right thing.
So I do need to use my disk drive to use this using this other disk you have in? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you want to enable all this cool stuff that's showing up on screen right now, the Action Replay disc is what does it.
Okay.
Yeah, so disk drive, the disk drive is still an option, which I think is the good part, that some of your original discs, or if you pick up any other games that you feel are essential, right, then that'll work too. So IGR.dol only works specifically with the GC loader. Okay, well, it rebooted the GameCube, so maybe I actually changed that feature to reboot to make sure it's consistent. So thanks for that, Navigator. I didn't know exactly how that setting behaves, so let's lock that in so Neens doesn't have to mess with it later. All right, next part that's super neat is this little indicator down here, which kind of looks like an eject button. So device selection, and I can choose SD card slot B, which is where this Swiss app comes from. And then this is where we see some additional interesting things. Some of you who happen to know the names of emulators might already know what's going on here, and I hope these work, because these can be jank sometimes. So SNES 9X RX, oh, it went right to the ROM directory, perfect. Okay, so let's go for what's familiar. Maybe I just go, yeah, we'll go with that one. Press A to launch it. Give it a moment. Game Boy interface. I mean, if she wants, I don't think she has a Game Boy player, but
I only have the original Game Boy Navigator.
Oh my god! Drac Tactics, wonderful friend of the stream. Thank you for coming in. We have successfully fixed a GameCube. What is going on? Oh, you were rocking Majora's Mask 3D. Love it. Hey, Ruby J, welcome. Hope all is well. Thank you, Drac, for that raid. Always good to see you, man. If you need a good horror game, if you need some more retro, obviously in some way, Drac Tactics is a good brother in retro, so you should definitely give him a follow. Love having him around and watching his streams. So, yeah. Gravebook with 100 biddies, thank you. The mod team is here. Let's go. All the mods. We are fully united. And Drac keeping the sub going. Throw a banana, it hates those. Good to have you guys here. Yeah, we are armed to the teeth with mods, not just my mods, but Neens' mods as well. So here we've started off some Super Mario Brothers 2 on the NES, and that's okay, but maybe I'm done playing with this. So a flick of the C stick, C left, lets me head back to the main menu. And maybe I want to, let me make sure the settings are right. Menu, exit action, return to loader. Yeah, that should work. So, and of course, play with this. Ask me questions as you need, Neens. I'm just doing a demonstration to...
yeah, no, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that.
To flex on everyone. So let's revisit Slot B again. And let's load Gen Plus. Hopefully it will do the right thing. Default settings restored, of course, because this is the first time I've loaded this. And it already knew to come up in 480p. That's great. So, yeah, because of the rest of the world knows it that way. Let's load up some Mega Drive. And what better than... Oh, yeah, that's right. It will even do... This is maybe one of the craziest parts to it, is that, yeah, the GameCube is powerful enough that we can load a freaking 32X game.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Fry Pan, known for accidentally banning people. Hey, you know what? I trust in you, Fry Pan. Even if it was an accidental ban, it was probably meant to be. Nav, Super EverDrive X6. I heard about that Super EverDrive X6. It's a step forward to the... It's nice, but it's no FX Pack Pro, my dude. All right, you gonna do something for us? Oh, maybe because I was telling it to load a Genesis game instead of a 32X game. That was probably on me. Or maybe it just doesn't do 32X games, and that's totally my bad. So how about let's load up a ROM hack, shall we?
Oh my goodness, a what?
Yeah, if this doesn't break your brain, I don't know what will. Yes.
Yeah, a little bit brain broken. Whoa, Sonic!
Baby Sonic on Yoshi's back. Oh, and there's some eggs.
What? Oh my goodness!
Yes, Yoshi's shockingly fast, ain't he? And yeah. Why not Navigator? I absolutely adore the mad scientist who created this.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Oh, they even redid the special stages. I forgot about this. This is amazing work. They would have had to have like recoded this from scratch and created original graphics for it. What the hell?
Wow.
Navigator, you got to be playing this, man. This is some real shit. The Sonic Advance 3 special stage. Oh, that's what it's from. I didn't know that. Oh no. Oh, that was a speed booster. And I got enough rings. Hooray. All right. So, that's enough Genesis right there. We can
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I'm just showing you all the things you can do with your GameCube now, Neens. So I hope this tickles you. This tickles you thoroughly. So now we're back at Swiss, and I press B to choose this. I can go between all the different storage devices. But let's go back to slot B for the last one, FCEU GX. And hopefully it works just as well as the Super Nintendo brother. Yes, I did this right. So this comes up. And, well, what better than my own personal fave here? Good to see you, Shuma. Thanks for popping in tonight. And also, Popful Mail. Now, it's my turn to play Popful Mail. Neens can play whatever modern weird stuff she plays. It's okay, Navigator. She doesn't need to play Popful Mail. I'm not deciding for you, Neens. I'm just,
It's okay.
But yeah, if this isn't enough proof right now that a GameCube, I mean, for all y'all, if this isn't enough proof that a GameCube is one of the baddest possible devices you can get, GameCubes themselves, not too expensive. You can probably usually still grab them for $80 or less. Make sure you look out for the digital port in the back. And then you can be in gaming nirvana with a few gentle and surprisingly affordable mods, like the SD to SP2 that I stuck under the console. Is about $11 by itself. I mean, of course, you have to invest in SD cards and stuff. This little SD gecko that I have here in memory card slot B is also about $10. So your only real big expense is how fat do you want your memory cards to be? $40? Heck yeah, goodness gravy.
Oh wow, nice, goodness gravy.
Yep. So let's see. I can pause that and I can hit save. New RAM or new state. Oh, that's interesting. I think I'll just stick with state. No data to save. Okay, new RAM. Save successful. Okay, that's an interesting thing. All right, well, I can go back. Then I can load, and I can load that. Or how about I just load a different game back to the main menu. I will quit the game. That's fine. How about I fire up some Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
Oh. Is that like the NES one?
Yeah, I'm playing NES games right now.
Oh wow, that's cool. Oh my god, that's cool.
Yep, the real effing deal for NES games. Cho Aniki
Oh,
will kill.
Oh nice, that's amazing.
Yeah, this is my value-added gift to you, Neens. Now that your GameCube is fully functional, that you're not getting just the Carby, you're getting the ability to emulate old games as well.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool that I don't have to bust out my NES anymore.
Yep, and it's all being served up digitally through the Carby, and so it looks super good.
Yeah, that's no joke. It looks great. It looks really fantastic.
Yep, so now that I've saved that, that's all good. Yeah, do save states just like any other emulator. Quit game, sure, and then I can just exit. Press B to get down there. And we're back here at Swiss, and then just to give Navigator exactly what he was asking for, I'm going to start up Crazy Taxi and hope that my stream doesn't get taken down.
Wait, why would it get taken down?
Copyrighted music, specifically.
Does Crazy Taxi have? Oh.
Yeah, one of the biggest highlights of Crazy Taxi's soundtrack is The Offspring.
Oh, okay.
Goodness gravy, you should always remember Cho Aniki. Yeah, all the childhood flashbacks. Especially the Acclaim logo. Gosh, they did some amazing things, but then they pushed out some real clunkers there. And yeah, now loading. And even off an SD card, it's still freaking slow. Sure, new file. I think you have just enough space on that. Offspring music was removed for the home versions. Oh, okay, that's actually...
Hey, come on over, have some fun with Crazy Taxi. It's party time, let's have some fun.
Maybe arcade rules.
Let's go make some crazy money. Go ahead and pick
Crazy money. I do love BD Joe. I like his vibe. I'm mainly in it for the layered long sleeve shirt under the tee.
Oh my god, I've never seen this.
Oh boy, no. We have we have copyrighted music. Sorry, Navigator, you just got instantly owned by the game. Yeah, dear Twitch, you heard and saw nothing. So yeah, that to say that the very least. So anything else you would like for me to cover, Neens? You want me to throw in an actual game disc and spin that too?
If you want to test it and see, sure.
Okay, let's see what I have in my crazy bag of tricks here.
So this will pop in just like the normal way, like there's then because that's all driven by the disc that you were talking about, right?
Yeah, this is the boot disc for all the fun stuff. The action replay activates all of the not entirely legal things. So I think I will throw in this. This will be the topper here, the last best test for Neens' GameCube and its epic journey. Is a little bit of Sonic Heroes. The only thing more nostalgic is seeing the Neversoft logo. Yes, for Tony Hawk. Shima, confident in my Super Nintendo repair knowledge? Maybe. Depends on what's broken on it. I'm not technically good on the Super Nintendo. And yeah, holding B gets you the progressive scan, so things will look at their best. What's wrong with your Super Nintendo, Shima? I just love the music in this intro.
So when I start games from my disc, I hold B and it gives me the progressive scan thing?
Yep, exactly. As long as you're holding B on the controller, you get this beautiful crisp progressive scan.
Oh. Okay.
Ah, goodness gravy, you did find a way to play Game Boy Advance games. No data. You know, let's do not create. That's okay. Continue without saving. But yeah, let's get into some actual gameplay just to kind of prove that the disk drive is doing exactly what we want it to.
Let's blast through with sonic speed.
Okay.
All right.
It's streaming a video very well right now too, so that's good. This is a good stress test of the optical drive.
Yo, Tails. Long time no see.
Yeah, Shima, your Super Nintendo might just need a cleaning.
Guess what, Sonic Heroes? I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world. Think you can stop me?
Sounds like an invitation to party.
What are we gonna do, Sonic?
No worries. We've got this one.
Not Edgelord the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
Boo, this ain't Mike Pollock. This is not Jaleel White. This is totally a hobby, Mishi. All of this stuff that you saw me do here on stream today is just kind of like, it's all part of the part of that living retro dream that I espouse here on my stream, that if you want knowledge on retro, not just the games, but the inner workings of the consoles as well, and ways to make the consoles look their absolute best, that's all that I'm here for. So, yeah, Mr. Needlemouse.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Wow, look at that.
This is a gorgeous game, and the GameCube version of this is the best one of them all. All the other ones, especially the PS2 version, was trash. The Xbox one was livable, but this is the one that performs the absolute best.
Can you break this rock, Knuckles?
Yes, he can.
Not bad.
And all in all, I think a really cool concept for a Sonic game, personally, just as far as my opinions go.
Here we go.
And yeah, that is your GameCube rockin', Neens.
That's awesome. You did an awesome job. Thank you. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you too, Neens. I can't wait to see the day that you push this out on stream. And you don't even need to credit me. I'm just happy to know that you.
Oh man, I think I might have to play Pikmin.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be.
I might have to bring Pikmin to the world.
Exactly.
I might have to show everyone what they're missing.
The world needs to know everything about Pikmin. So I think with that, y'all, this has been an absolutely delightful stream, everyone, and I've been so glad to have you, Neenali. You've been amazing. I'm so happy to have you here, and everyone else in your community too. You've been freaking wonderful. GG Rip, thank you. I'm glad you like this stream.
Well, no, thank you, Manic. I mean, just completely and totally unexpected, and thank you so much for, just having me and along. And I know it's stressful to do stuff like this, so thank you for sharing all the knowledge. You're always so knowledgeable, and it really is pretty awesome. So just thanks for all of the awesome stuff you did.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Excited.
I'm super happy to pass on the knowledge and for you to be a beneficiary of this. I'm not giving you the wave bird. Sorry, this is still mine.
No, it's okay. No.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see a happy GameCube in the world again, so I'm going to get this back to you. There's going to be an extra little nugget inside that box. It hasn't arrived yet. I hope it arrives here on Monday. But I'll say this much. It is possible to remove this top jewel on the GameCube and replace it with something else. And I think you're really gonna like what the replacement jewel is gonna be. So I'll let you do that on your own time, maybe on stream too. And thank you all, everyone who came. I can't even like say all the names. There's just so freaking many of you who've shown all the love, and it's been an honor hanging out with you guys too. So anyone who's not yet following Neenali, please do. Twitch.tv/Neenali. She streams 5 days a week, is off on Saturday and Tuesday nights so that she can do all her Neen things, or maybe even have fun in Discord. It's been wonderful having you, Neenali. I appreciate you. You've been an inspiration to me as a streamer, and I hope to keep on keeping on. Better, brighter, all of that.
You're amazing, Manic. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
No problem at all. We are going to send the party on over to one of my dear friends, McQueeb, a smooth-voiced Australian streamer out there, currently going through the Binding of Isaac. I hope you'll stick along here. McQueeb he's just a delightfully sweet soul. He, in fact, gifted me my Stream Deck last year on my birthday. So he's just an absolutely generous fellow. So come along with me, say hello, and if you don't mind whether you have my emotes or not, it is a manic panic when it comes time to raid. So let's shower McQueeb with all the reason in the world to panic. Thank you all. I'm gonna go send it away, and yeah, let's raid. Let's have a good time. I appreciate you all. Have a good night, Neens.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.